now, get ready for some idiots talking about shit. Here is Justin, Tony, Destin, Andy, and maybe upside down Tommy. It's BACC Talk.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of BACC Talk. Still missing Mr. Money Guns, so we do have a guest with us today. We'll get to that in just a second. But I'm here with the two other idiots still, Justin and Tony. How we doing? We're going to kick it off right. I got two beers I'm actually drinking today, and they're pretty fitting for this podcast. First one is La Fin du Monde.
Oh, I love that.
Which is actually French for the end of the world.
I never knew that.
No gosh.
And the one we're going to kick it off with first is, it is called Impending Doom.
All right.
So we have
beer is
Impending
that?
Doom and the end of the world due to our guest here today, but let's get it started and tits up, everybody.
That's a fun sound.
So we got a guest with us today, filling in for Dustin one more time. Hoping to see Dustin back here shortly. Sorry, you gotta get this so they don't spill. But we have Miss No Fun herself, Christina No Fun. So I think last week we had Brad. He was pretty fucking boring. Put me to sleep. It was hard to navigate him and Tony in one show. But now we have No Fun with us today, so we'll have to see how this one goes. But Tony, let's get the boring out of the way. What's going on with you?
The hell's that mean? Get the boring out of the way. Or you think I'm just going to say that I went to work all week and then the weekend I did nothing? That's what you're expecting me to say?
As
Well,
always.
guess what? No. I went to an escape room Saturday night. So, look, I got out and did something on the weekend.
Holy shit.
It was nice, you know. Me, the fiance, went out with her cousin and her husband. We picked the escape room in Bloomington. We picked the casino one, so we all like gamble. So we get there and we find out it's the hardest fucking room, and nobody ever hardly gets out of this damn room. So we're like, great. So no, we did not get out of the room in time. So I mean, we got a little bit over halfway when the time was up. That's when the girl came in and said, "Hey, you made a little bit over halfway." So, I mean, I guess that was kind of a good thing. So
I've
yeah,
never
that's
done
what
an
I
escape
did.
room. Justin, have you done an escape room before?
No. I have so many questions, but you answered one of them. Did you make it out? No, you did not.
No.
I mean,
you?
I've
Have
never
you
been
guys?
in one to even know what, how it works.
Yeah. Tony, you're gonna have to tell us.
Well, you're locked into a room for an hour, and you got these clues trying to find the keys to get the door unlocked. So there's several different clues they give you, and you got to figure out all these locks and combinations. And this one had some weird laser in the middle of it that we had to try to bounce off two different mirrors into a hole in a picture, and it popped something else open for another key. Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, sounds like it'd be fun to set up.
Why would they give you an hour and then tell you it's impossible to do, and then, you would think you'd get more time in the impossible room?
Oh no, they give you an hour for all the rooms and that's it. When we were walking out, I looked up at the board and there was a 22% success rate for that room. I guess, I don't know how long it's been going, so.
I
So
guess
what
it's
you're
like
saying
a
is
skill.
if you're ever locked in a room, you're going to die.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think the rooms you'd be locked in, unless it were going back to Gotham, the Riddler locked in the room, seems like, it would be that kind of thing, or Jigsaw. But if I were locked in a room, you know what you do, right? You go through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I could break through that wall right now if I wanted to. So
It kind
you
of felt like Jigsaw because you're looking up. You gotta, if you want, you can ask for a clue. They give you like 3 of them. Then you're looking up at a TV screen to get a clue, trying to save your life and get out of a room.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've
So
seen
it's
them
more
popping
like
up and stuff.
Jigsaw. Well, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's cool, the laser thing. Like I said, somebody like what is it, Rune Goldberg kind of thing, like the mousetrap type setting up stuff. I feel like that would be fun to do. Like that's your niche if you like setting up like the domino type stuff. I can watch that shit all day. Video of like a domino situation going around the whole room. Never set it up, but I like watching them.
Miss No Fun, have you ever been to an escape room or know of anybody else besides Tony who has?
No, and I hate to live up to the nickname immediately, but that sounds terrible. So I have no interest in ever doing it. It sounds like stress for no reason.
Yeah, I have little interest myself, but
I mean, I don't think that sounds fun.
This is gonna be fucking great. We got no fun and hates everything in this.
I do hate
You
everything.
pay. Here's $50. Lock me in a room that I'm gonna get all stressed out trying to get out of, and then I lose anyway. So
yeah, that would be tough. Like the losing part.
It just doesn't. Not my thing. But good for you for getting out. It's fine.
Anything else, Tony? Anything else exciting, or is that like your excitement that you're going to bring us for the? Now we have to wait another 15 episodes for you to do something exciting during the week.
That's my exciting. That's it. Sorry. Maybe next time.
Justin, hopefully your feet are okay and everything's all right with you and your family's feet, because you got a problem in the family with the feet. So what's going on with you?
Runs in the family, right? Well, my nephew been trying to swim with it. Apparently, they found like a thing that goes over your whole leg, but it doesn't seem to work as advertised. So he's back to indoor stuff until that heals. Myself, God damn it. You can change my name to No Fun. Can't think of a damn thing I did except played some gigs. And, I have a big deal coming up tomorrow. By the time you see this, you probably have like 5 minutes to get there. I don't know. But, tomorrow I'm playing at a, like right in front of the, Walt Whitman Bridge. It's in Gloucester. And, it's like, I'm opening up for Rogers and Butler, who are 2 people that a lot of people have heard of. So that's exciting. That's one of my bigger deals. Like, not as cool as like Virginia Beach, but up there,
Not as cool as Virginia Beach.
Yeah, because we opened up for Captive Free, and I would say that's the high point.
Yeah.
But this is just like right here,
That's why they yanked us off, because we were going to do so much better than the main headliner.
Right. Yeah. We definitely have covered that. Like, I think that's very apparent. That's what was going to happen. Yeah. But this show's penultimate to that. It's pretty important. I actually had to come up with like a half hour so that, they don't cut me off in the middle of a song or I get done too soon. And then I'm like, so I don't really come up with set list when I play. So this is kind of interesting. And like, actually I had my mom look at it and had to make some changes because, you don't always make the best decisions for yourself. So I hope that's an interesting enough story for you.
That's cool. So in the half hour, obviously you got a little bit of time in between, maybe talking to the audience type of stuff. So how many songs are you going to play?
Yeah, it's weird. I got the stopwatch out last night. Went from start to finish, and didn't remember that I would be saying hello or thanks. Like, had no time for that, and that's when I had to go back and shave a song off. And then I went and did it again, and was like, in the shed. You've seen me in there before, like in the shed, going, thank you. Yeah. Anyway, next song is blah blah blah. It's like kind of awkward doing that for yourself, but that happened. So I'm doing about 9 songs. So 9 songs in about a half hour.
That's a lot of songs in a half hour.
I know, and it's a lot
so
of songs.
You're not going to be standing up there hyping up the crowd. How's everybody doing today?
Nah, if they wanted that, they should have told me. They got the wrong guy. I'm just going to go out there and not try, like, just like we did at Virginia Beach.
You would be one hell of a show. I'd have to pay those Bruce type prices to come see you. That'd be fucking boring as shit.
I'm more interesting than I appear on here. I don't appear to hate everything when I play music, so I guess there's like a part of something that happens.
Except
But,
the crowd, because you don't want to interact with them.
I interact with the crowd more than you'd think. Not in this particular setting because I'm not going to ask like somebody like 20 yards away, what song should I play? But I definitely do that. And my peas are popping. You getting that on your end? Can't have peas popping. Anyway, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'll try to turn on the charm a little bit, but you know, I don't want like a situation like I don't want to be pulled 30 seconds in when they realize like I'm better than the band that's coming after us. So
Right,
I gotta
because you've
ride
already had that
line.
situation
Right.
happen. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be like if it was a TV show, like my character would be having flashbacks of like Virginia Beach. Would be like, "Don't do this again. Come up under the bar." So I'm playing 2 originals, and like the rest of them are covers that I don't know, everybody likes. Like "Fly" by Sugar Ray. Isn't that your favorite song?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Andy's favorite song.
It's what?
Yeah.
That's Andy's favorite song.
You actually like that song? It's
No,
you can hate it.
It's all about. You got to have some Shakira for me, and I'll start dancing.
You like to hear Shakira, or you want to see her?
Well, both.
Okay, but can you listen to her and not see her? Because
I can listen to her, but not keep my clothes on.
wow. Okay. All right.
So there may have been, and this is getting into before we talk to our other host, but there may have been a situation where there was a certain Shakira song that when me and my friends all got together, I would do lap dances for the ladies. And one of these ladies got married, and I was in their wedding. And I went up to the DJ and asked for the song to be played. Got a chair, put it in the middle of the dance floor, sat the bride down, and did a striptease at her wedding.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be really weird if at that point the bride got a boner?
Yes.
Well, that would be strange to begin with, yes.
You'd be like, how many people know about this? Came with extra parts. Well,
But
the world
this-
today, you know, you never know.
That did happen. I'll have to reach out maybe, and there are pictures of this. So
You gotta get them.
That did happen, but that marriage did not last. So it could be said that
Andy.
if
bad
Andy
luck.
strips at your wedding,
Yeah. Did you
Not
strip,
gonna be
or
good.
did you keep your clothes on, or did you just like grind her lap?
No,
some
there was
articles
defi-
were missing.
yeah, some articles of clothing came off.
Yeah.
You had to do this with the tie, right? You had to do this.
I mean, he did that with his shirt, to be honest.
You have to do this with an article of clothing. Every time a guy takes off a clothing, he's got to do this with something.
Then
Yeah.
some random guy decided to join in with me too, which I was like, that's kind of my thing. But I mean, if you want to take your clothes off too, I guess
Yeah.
go
Got a
for
lot
it.
of whoops and hollers.
Yeah, I'm sure
What
there
song
was
was
like
it?
the grandmom there was probably like, what the hell is going on? She just got married to somebody else. You know, but
What is this shitty music?
The bride thought it was hilarious, though. So,
Oh, that's great.
and so
was she
did
like,
the groom.
was she like
because-
blushing? Was she doing this whole thing? Oh my god! Or was she
No,
like,
she-
yeah?
She was like, yeah, and the groom was okay with it because the groom had already gotten a lap dance from Andy, like before, so it was fine.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, Andy.
Mhm.
I don't
You hit on the girl at
discriminate.
the bar, you got to hit on the guy too.
I don't discriminate.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not coming to my wedding, so that's good.
Oh, he's
Yeah, but you're
not.
having a
Don't
party,
play
aren't you?
Shakira, Tony.
Aren't you having a party?
No shit.
Well, I mean, the reception, I guess, when we get back sometime. So
Right. That's all. I don't care. It wasn't at the church that I did this shit. It was at the reception.
I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah.
No Shakira. No
Yeah,
Shakira.
just don't play Shakira. It's really easy. That's the only
Thank
song
God.
you're supposed to do. It's fine.
Thank God Shakira didn't exist during Virginia Beach.
So are you? Yeah. I mean, that would have been really bad.
We would have been done in 10 seconds.
Well, let's introduce our
Yes.
our stand-in host. No Fun Christina. No Fun's shortened. It is the No Fun Police. That is the captain or sergeant or chief of the No Fun Police, Christina. Do you want to explain why you're the No Fun Police chief?
I'm assuming it's because of my job that I am the no fun police, because that's what I do at work and occasionally at home. I'm
What do you
guessing
work?
that's what it is.
Wait, what do
If
you
somebody's
work in?
if somebody's having too much fun, she will tell you to stop it.
Okay, that is not my job. I am,
What are you, human resources?
yeah, I
Oh,
am.
for real?
I am.
Oh my
Yes,
god!
I'm vice president of human resources. So
Wow.
if someone comes up with an idea, I have to be like, yeah, that's illegal, or
Hmm.
probably not a good idea, or our insurance doesn't cover that, or
Gotta have
whatever.
those people. You gotta have them.
Or you
Yeah,
can't say that here. You
You bring
can't
that.
talk
yeah.
about that stuff.
But you bring that work home with you.
You
Is
you
what Andy's
can't
saying.
do that kind of thing here.
Yeah, I mean, somebody should have told Vince McMahon that.
Right.
It's a
Well, see,
I
callback
don't
to
do
the
that.
previous episode.
I don't
So
do
if
that
they
at
pay
home
you,
as
if
much.
you had Vince McMahon, if you had Vince McMahon working for you,
Yeah.
if you had Vince McMahon working
Oh
for
yeah,
you,
yeah.
and he paid you, $3 million to hush as the No Fun Police, would you do it?
No.
Ethics.
Well, and this is just another dose of no fun. If a human resource professional learns of something going on at the workplace and doesn't do anything or covers it up, not only is the company liable, the human resource professional is personally liable. So I'm not putting me getting sued and owing millions of dollars to someone on the line because some old man can't keep it in his pants. That is not a me problem.
They also can't keep their balls out of the toilet water.
Or, well,
Approaching
I don't know.
that age myself.
Are you? You
I
starting to be
I feel like
starting to be a little saggy in the area.
I feel like I've had some close scares. I feel like how like if you're close enough to cold water, like you can feel like the temperature coming off of it. Like I feel like it's close.
Okay, but that's like really saggy though, like to toilet water.
Well, you don't know how high my
Really?
toilet. I like to keep my toilet water really high.
How do
You
you
know,
even adjust that?
I don't.
Okay, well,
I did fix the toilet though, which has been working for months now. So, put that
What
on
were you
my
doing before that?
breaking it.
when it wasn't working, because you fixed it, it's been working for months. Well, months ago, what was going
Yeah,
on?
well, yeah, I finally got it so that every time you wanted to use it, and you have to turn like the water on, like that nozzle down there by the floor. So yeah, I finally fixed it so that could run on its own and stop on its own. It was still a working toilet. If it gets really bad, this is a life hack, and everybody should know this. I'm sure they do. Excuse me. You just fill up a bottle of you fill up a thing if your toilet doesn't flush, right? And then you could force the toilet to flush somehow, but you do something with the bucket. I can't remember, but
Put it
that's
in the back
great.
of this
That's great,
in the water.
Justin. Thank you.
It's a great life hack, Justin.
You get a bucket,
appreciate
you
the-
put it somewhere, and you
I
fill
didn't
a
finish
bottle
reading
of
that article. I knew there was a bucket involved in filling it up. No, you
Oh,
pour.
okay.
Yeah, you pour. What were you saying? Pour it in the back, Tony?
Yeah, you pour it in the back of the tank, and
Okay.
then so it basically you have water and you flush. So
Oh, I always poured it and forced the flush into the bowl.
Then it just
Man,
pours
that could've-
over, doesn't it?
could have.
If you have a clog, if you have a clog, you don't want to do that. Oh man, that's something you could talk about. You ever had a clog with like shit on the floor and stuff? You ever had anything like that? That's
Never
scary.
This is much more interesting than talking about how guys' balls sag to touch
It
toilet
is.
water.
Well, this is like real problems. Our listeners might be older and they might be men. They need to know that balls in the water is gonna happen. I mean, you have to have big balls.
That's like inches, though.
Yeah.
That would, I don't know.
I'm not gonna put a camera in there and like have it like this, like see how close it's getting, but I can just tell like it's close. I don't know. I just have a feeling. I hope it's not, but I feel like it is. So, you guys have any balls almost touching the water stories out there, send it to us via email. backtalkus@gmail.com.
So,
Make me feel
no
better
fun,
about myself.
Christina. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself, and did you have any fun this week, or like Tony got locked in a room?
Let's see. I drank a full bottle of wine and then some Wednesday, and then I did that again on Saturday. So that was fun. That's pretty much it. I don't
And are
really
you
go
working
anywhere.
on a full bottle of wine now?
I am. That's
And
what
how do
I
you?
drank.
What kind of glass do you put your wine in?
I drank wine out of coffee cups.
Awesome.
It's just, I always do. I have wine glasses. Right now, I am drinking that's why it tasted funny. This is a
Why is it
cupcake.
clown wine?
It's a cupcake Riesling, and I usually drink Moscato, but this is not the correct wine, but it's fine.
You like the sweet wines.
I
That's
do.
what I would drink. I would drink exactly those two if I were going to drink wine.
So cupcake Moscato or pig Moscato, big fan of the brand. This Riesling is fine. It's not as sweet as I usually do, but Barefoot makes a lovely Moscato, and it's only $5.50 at my local liquor store.
You ever had Blue Nun?
Uh-uh.
You might like that one if you find it. It's pretty good. Not cheap, but still good.
Well,
Yeah,
that brings us to a whole nother discussion. Like, what is the point of expensive bottles of wine, expensive bottles of liquor? Like, you're just gonna drink the shit and get drunk. What's the difference? Do you get drunker if it's older or more expensive?
Some people don't drink to get drunk. They drink like for food pairings with wine, and the assumption is that the longer a wine is aged or certain place that it's made, which makes it more expensive, makes it better. That's not always the case, and depending on personal taste. But, the right pairing of wine and food is, the point is not when you go to a meal like that, the point is not to get drunk. It's to enjoy that meal. And it's the same thing with, like whiskey that's 1,000 years old. I don't know, however expensive
Well,
whiskeys
yeah,
are.
you always go to the liquor store and you see the counter that's like behind a lock and key that's got bottles of liquor in there for like $120 or $500 bottles of whiskey or bourbon or whatever. It's like, why? Why?
But the point of that isn't to get drunk, it's the experience of it.
It's like the she said yes, kind of shelf there. You get it for like a special occasion. Everybody knows you spent a lot of money on it. It's like, ooh, fancy.
But that's the whole thing, right? It's just to say, hey, I spent a lot of money on this bottle.
Like an escape room. It's like, hey, I paid a lot of money to get locked in here.
Well, I mean, or like I'm not a car person, but an expensive car, designer clothes, are they better made? Do they make you happier? It's about the experience of owning or, drinking or eating something like that.
Yeah, I would think you get to a certain price point where like, I don't know if grain's the right word, but like if you've had like really cheap rum or something, you just know like gross, like 99 bananas or something like that. You're like, this shit is gross. Like you could just tell it's trash.
Or there's
But,
trash vodkas. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I get that. They're just not as distilled as well or filtered as well. And they've got the harsh burns and the harsh aftertaste. So
You have to
some
mix them with
liquors
something.
some liquors I see that, but like I'm perfectly fine going and buying like a $20 bottle of Jack.
Right, if you're just gonna cut it with Coke or something, Like, what do you drink your Jack with, straight or?
Well, it depends. I drink a lot of Jack straight, yes, especially Gentleman's Jack. Now, Gentleman's Jack's a little bit. I see Tony over there nodding his head because we drank way too much Jack once, or I did. I don't know. I think we both did when we were in Vegas.
Oh gosh, yes, too much, gentlemen's.
Now, Tony, you don't drink, you said, or you don't drink as much anymore?
Yeah, I don't drink anymore just because of that fact right there. Because
Yeah.
hanging out with that fool, if you go out, yeah, you're drinking and yeah, you're basically blacking out before you're stopping. We've told
Well,
that story.
Remember we
Tony
went to
did.
that bar that was supposed to give us free drinks, and then it was like, well, you can't get shots. But we were like, we want shots, and they're like,
Yes.
you're not allowed to have them. And like, fuck a bunch of that. So we got the shots that were like on fire. We had to like blow them out or whatever.
Yeah.
Flame
There
and
was a
Mo.
lot of stuff. I got lost going back to the room, so yeah, it's all right.
I have the best voicemails from that trip.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
The
That's
best.
that's a future episode.
Well, I don't have
Yeah.
well, I got the best voicemails. I don't have them anymore. Andy was leaving me a voicemail and he forgot it wasn't like 1989 and it wasn't the like you remember the answering machine that like you could hear when someone was leaving you a message? That's what he thought it was on my cell phone. So he's
That's
like,
how
"Can
you
you
screened
please?"
your calls back in the day. You
Yeah,
let people
so
start leaving a message.
so I have a cell phone voicemail that's, "Can you please pick up the phone?" I'm like, "What the hell?" But
Yeah,
it was
it's like
entertaining.
it's so foregone now. Like my brother, like, did you hear my message? Like, I saw you called and I called you back. Like, did you hear my message? No. What were you gonna say in it? Like, just say it again. You know.
Or you
Yeah, I
say you
don't
could have
listen. I
texted that.
rarely listen to voicemails. It's more like, well, I saw you called. I'll call you back.
Yeah. Like, cell phones have ruined voicemails. Like, there's still dinosaurs out there that like leave and listen to voicemails. Or it's
Does
like,
anybody have a
business
house line
calls.
anymore?
We don't. No.
My parents do, and they still
Yeah.
have a voicemail, and basically that's how they screen calls. Like if I call them and they don't answer, I'm sitting there yelling on the answering machine for them to pick up. So
Oh
That's
wow.
awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I would love to go back to that. Just the answer machine where like your parents like let you like did you ever have a thing where you wanted to record the their message for the house and they let you? And it's like or like there's people like have dogs. Oh, that's Barley and Marley, in the background there. Leaves a message.
You know,
We had
it's-
music on ours.
Yeah.
It's weird because like you think about all the stuff that these phones do now too, because it's like, I'm trying to think, what did we do before? Like every day I'm on the road all day long going to places I have no idea where I'm going. Without the phone, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you
Of
would
course,
like print out like
before
map
that there was like a TomTom or a
Garmin, yeah.
yeah.
They gotta give us some money now.
Before that, it was maps, paper maps.
Yeah, you had printouts. Or you printed it out from like Google Maps or
Well,
MapQuest.
yeah, you had that whole thing, but that was to go to one destination. You would use MapQuest or something, right? But like if you were going all over the place for, you don't know where you're going in the next 10 minutes. It's you'd be
Yeah, but
getting
in that
paper-
case, you didn't have a cell phone. No one would have been able to tell you to go to the next place.
Right. They'd be
You would
like,
have to
"Here."
go back and get the thing and get a new map.
That's true.
It's actually made people more busy minded than they really should be. I think we could go back like 25 years and probably be okay.
I
Some
can
of this
understand
technology-
that from you and probably Christina.
I
Yeah,
just
I
found
mean-
out that there is a documentary on Netflix about Woodstock 99.
I
Speaking
just
of like,
watched it.
is it good?
Ye-
My friend said it's really good.
Oh man, that shit was a train wreck.
I need to watch it. I remember watching it on
It was a
MTV when it was
train wreck.
happening.
I don't
I need to
remember.
watch this.
I don't remember it. I was like, another Woodstock. 'Cause they did one in '94, right? And then another 5 years later. And I was just like, this one was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna
Oh,
ruin
maybe
it.
it's 94.
No, this is '99. '94
is?
was they touch on '94 and like '94 like might have had some issues if I remember correctly, but not a big deal. This one was like it passed out candles and like everything got lit on fire and
You know what? I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think I remember 94 because that's when Green Day played at.
yeah,
I don't think I remember there was a 99 one. Oh well, anyway, I need to
Yeah.
watch it.
you gotta watch it. I recommend it. It went quick. I hate when like things take forever to watch, like the Batman. But
Oh, good.
yeah, it went quick.
Knock the
Couple
Batman shit off. Worst fucking movie. Why are you trying to piss me off?
Did you not like the Batman?
Did you guys hear that?
Terrible.
Yes.
And thank
I
God
like-
the sound effects are back because
I
I've been
liked
missing
it.
those.
I liked it. I'm in between like liking it and loving it and hating it. Like I'm right in the middle where it's like, okay, it was a movie that it wasn't the worst thing I've seen, like Andy says, but you know, you have like 800 other Batman movies, so it's kind of hard
Was
to make
it
an
me
opinion.
or but was also the sound in it terrible?
I did want to say something about the sound. There was a particular score, a song. I think they only had pretty much one song in the score. It was the same thing over and over again, and it actually sounds like the Imperial March, like the Darth Vader theme. So if you go to YouTube, I'm sure you can type in the Batman and Darth Vader, and there will be a screen-by-screen analysis, like next to each other, of how they're the same. And I remember thinking that when I was watching it. And I can tell you what part it's very prominent in. It's when, spoiler alert, Batman causes the Penguin's car to flip over, and he's approaching the car slowly. And that song, you're like, it sounds like fucking Darth Vader. It's like, how did they rip this off? So, but
Isn't
you
it weird that-
When I'm talking about the sound, like it, when they were talking, I couldn't hear it well. And if I would turn up the TV, all I would hear is all the sound effects sounds really
like
loud.
And you didn't have that issue with other things, like it's not a setting.
No.
It was just mixed bad for the movie. Huh? I didn't notice any of that. How did you watch it? Did you pay for it? Did you watch it on like a site or?
Oh, I watched it on HBO at the HBO Max.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you watched like a bona fide version of it. I watched, you know, one on a website that was like, here, you can watch this for free if you click this window every 5 minutes.
Wasn't it weird that Edward Cullen was the Batman, though? Did we can talk about that? From Twilight?
Oh, yeah, because they said, yeah, he was a bat, and then now he's Batman, or he was
No,
a
that's
vampire.
not why at all. It's because he wasn't like a cheesy vampire, and now he's like this
Yeah,
badass. Kind of weird.
I don't think any of us watched Twilight. I think they were
Whatever.
stupid movies.
You're missing out.
I'm aware of it. I would say, why is Cedric Diggory playing Batman? You know,
I don't know who that is.
he was in Harry Potter. That's who he was in Harry Potter. Cedric Diggory. Okay.
One
Andy,
of the
let's
good
talk
things
about
about the Batman, though, is it got a new generation listening to Nirvana, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah. I'm a big
'Cause
fan
you
of Nirvana, too.
You should not gatekeep music. New people are allowed to become fans.
I'd rather young people become fans of stuff I like than
Yes.
what they're propagating now.
And it's the same with the Metallica because of Stranger Things.
Yeah, and Kate Bush now too.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Although-
pushing that song forever. And now
Loveless did a remake of that Kate Bush song, and it's amazing.
Is that who did it? I heard a cover of it a
Yes.
couple years ago.
No,
Yeah.
this one's recent, or I thought it was recent.
Okay.
It's really good.
I
It's
did
very
hear a
good.
cover within the past couple of years. There might be more than one, but you know, David Gilmour from Pink Floyd is the one that like started her career. I think that's pretty cool. She was like 16, and he heard her like demos and was like, "This girl's good." And I don't think in like a creepy way.
Hopefully not, because there's that other documentary called, I forget, but it's about like 13 and 14-year-olds being
Guest
groupies
here,
to.
bring us some exciting stuff this year for you guys.
Yeah, was it about R. Kelly?
The baby groupies. They were like back with Led Zeppelin in the 60s and early 70s. These like 13, 14-year-old girls that would
Oh, yeah.
follow around these musicians.
Allegedly, Jimmy Page like wouldn't let some
Yes.
13-year-old girl go home
It's
for like
Yeah.
a month or
End
years.
of the world as we know it.
Hey, you got the beer. Hey, this is important stuff.
I know.
Let's move on, shall
Yeah.
we?
Fine.
Let's not
Get
talk
away
about how
from it.
Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old
Yeah,
cousin.
there's that too.
Let's get into the emails. We got a couple. I'm going to read a couple. As you guys know, last week Brad was on our show. He was boring as shit. But he decided to, I guess, email us anyway, even though he was on the show. He can't email us when he's not on the show, but he can email us when he's on the show. So he says, first I want to say thank you guys, for having me on the podcast. Now, as far as SummerSlam goes, after listening to the podcast, I'm starting to agree with you all. It wasn't a big show like it was supposed to be. And I should read this the way it was written. There is absolutely zero punctuation.
Please don't.
You have to read it like
Big
you're
show.
Christopher Walken.
Big show like it was supposed to be. It was indeed Vince's last creative show. Oh, there is a period there. I do believe WWE is going in a different direction with Triple H and Stephanie in charge. I mean, already bringing back released talents, and reports are many talent is on the way. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm a boring goody good. Never really did any cheating. Period. But other than that, guys, can't wait for the next episode as always. Tits up.
Sounds like he's
Thank you,
cheating on
Brad.
grammar.
Thanks, Brad, for the email. We'll look forward to an email for this show that you weren't in.
Yeah.
Got a really good email last week from Janelle, and Janelle writes in again. I can't believe the kids are in school already. Your first day back is a Friday? Why not just wait till Monday? SummerSlam. If I would have paid to sit in those seats and my view was blocked, I would have been sending an email or calling demanding a refund or some type of voucher. I have cheated on a few tests or assignments in high school. Nothing too crazy. And stirring the pot places, but I think she meant not stirring the pot, but what do we call
Stirring
it?
the batter.
Stirring
Who
the
came
batter,
up
yeah.
with that? That is not even a thing.
Andy did.
Gross.
Stirring the pot places. Car in my parents' driveway. Camping, but no ketchup was involved. And a hot tub. So
Those are pretty
Janelle sounds like she's at least not a no fun type of person.
Those are pretty tame for outside places.
Yeah. Some people don't want to be exposed, you know. I wouldn't think the hot tub will be good. I don't think that's good for the
Well,
It's
no
not as-
fun.
it's
Have
not
you
as
have
fun
you
as
had
it-
no fun? Have you had any experiences that you would like to share since you were saying that? But you're not fun, so.
I had. A hot tub is not all that it's cracked up to be, or a pool.
well, the water is not good for the
It's really not. It's
no.
really not. I don't know, a car. In a car after a Phantoms game in the parking lot. That was
Nice.
probably the most public, like as the fans were letting out.
Good game.
That probably also wasn't the best idea, but whatever. I don't know. Outside, all over outside. Backyard,
There,
in
there.
a swamp on my honeymoon. Just,
In a swamp.
yeah, nature trail.
Did you
Okay.
get swamp
Like,
ass?
I was,
You're like, we got swamp off. I gotta cross swamp off the list. Here's a swamp.
well, I guess it was a swamp. It was in South Carolina, and it was on a nature trail, and apparently nobody else was there except for us and the alligators. So, there you go.
Nice.
Not
All right.
super exciting, but a little more exciting. I think.
Janelle gives us another good email by Janelle. She hated SummerSlam. We talked about how they made the ring tilted at one side, and half the people sitting on the floor couldn't see the main event because they were wrestling on the other side on the floor. Yeah, I agree. I'd be pissed.
Was that
as
when
hell.
was SummerSlam when Bailey came back?
Yes.
That was that whole, and then she was there like the whole show, kept popping back up, or was that the Raw afterward?
I think it was Raw.
Okay, it was stupid, whatever it was. So that was all.
I remember the last SummerSlam I had was at Denny's.
Isn't that a Grand Slam?
Every time you say I don't care. Every time you say SummerSlam, I wish there was still a Denny's. You guys have Denny's around you?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Friggin', yeah, they got rid of them all around here. There's one that's been in our township. You know Black Horse Pike in Washington Township?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Been around here. Yeah, that and the Taco Bell and another place. Well, Wendy's was closed for a while. Now it became something else. But like, you just drive by this area of like what should be hustle and bustle, and it's just these two big ass buildings are just like fucking dead. And it's just like, why can't that be a Denny's? What happened to Denny's, man? What are they
Do you
doing
still
over
have
there?
Friendlies?
No, those are going away too. There might still be one in Deptford, but I know
There
that's
was
another
one in
place
Blackwood over there on.
that's gone. Yeah, Blackwood Clementon Road. The one in Deptford is the only one you can go to. The one in Township that's merely blocks from where I was just talking about, from the Denny's, is now like Verizon. You know, they raised it and built up a whole new thing. So, yeah.
I worked at 2 Friendlies.
Did you?
Mhm.
Which
I
ones?
worked at the one in Cinnaminson when I was in on 130 when I was in high school, and then I worked at the one on Blackwood Clementon.
Yeah,
I did Fountain and Cinnaminson, and no, it's not.
Oh.
I did Fountain and Cinnaminson, and I was a waitress in Blackwood.
Nice. So was like one like a step up, and then you went to the other place for that, or?
No, there was a couple years in between. I'm also a terrible waitress, like the worst.
I couldn't do that. First of all, I'm not
Ever.
a woman, so.
Well, server as the appropriate term. If you
I mean,
are a good server,
we could put you in a dress. We could put you in some tight shorts and a tight white tank top and let you work at Hooters if you want.
Yeah, wasn't that in Cinnaminson too? That couldn't have been far from.
no, that
from
was
Metro.
in Maple
Maple
Shade.
Shade.
Oh,
Maple
you're
Shade.
right, Maple Shade. Yeah, and there's one in AC. I don't know if either of those are still there, but
All right,
It
I'll
is
ask
really hard.
each person individually here about Hooters. Tony, do you go to Hooters for the wings?
Well, I haven't been to a Hooters since, basically probably high school.
Yeah,
So, but back then, no, I wasn't going for the wings. So,
Justin, do you go to Hooters for the wings?
no. I've been to Hooters twice maybe. One time everybody took me for like my 25th birthday, and I was like pretty uncomfortable about it because I'm like, well, the food's not that good. I just remember saying, "How's the food here?" And they're like, "Oh man." And then some boobular chick came over, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And then another time was like with family, like maybe we took some British people with us to AC, and if it's in the right setting, it's like fun. Everybody's there because they want to be there, but that's not my.
But you're not going. You're not going to Hooters for the food.
I'm not going to Tilted Kilt either. If that answers your question.
For the food.
No, I wouldn't.
I like their food. Their food's all right.
Even like I mean, if I heard they had good food, I would probably go. But I also don't go to places that have good food. Like there's plenty of places on the list that don't have scantily clad women in there that I feel better going to. But yeah, I they say the wings are good, and it's like I'm already weird if like your table has like a big thing of napkins on it. It's just like, ew, what's gonna happen here?
If somebody said, "What's your favorite food, Justin?"
Pizza.
All right, so if somebody told you, or multiple people told you, that the best pizza in the world was served over on Lame Street at, Go-Go's and More, the strip club, would you go get the pizza?
No, but I would go to Hooters if they had the best pizza. Yeah, I don't want to eat at a strip club. I don't know.
All right, Christina, do you go to Hooters for the food?
Yes.
You go to Hooters for the food. Okay. Do you
I
enjoy
don't.
going to Hooters?
What?
Do you enjoy going to Hooters?
If I'm in the mood for wings, yeah.
Do you like
Okay.
looking at girls' bodies? I think is what he's asking.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of. It doesn't really bother me one way or another. I mean, Hooters, Tilted Kill, strip clubs, the whole thing. You know what? If you have the body for it and you can make money with it, then you go right ahead.
But so
More
much
power
other,
to you.
so much other stuff comes with that though, that like you get stuck in like a deplorable area where you're like doing drugs and probably banging people. Like it's just a bad situation, and I can't stop thinking about that shit. Not Hooters, but it's definitely strip
Yeah.
clubs.
But you think that's everybody? Because there's like potheads that never get into the hard shit too, and they say pot was a gateway drug.
No, I don't think there's. I think there's 1% of strippers that aren't turning tricks or on meth.
Only
I
1% that aren't?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think so.
I just don't. I can't imagine there's too many that are like, I'm working my way through law school. It's got to be like, all right, 4%. But then the other ones are just like kind of like, I've been in this so long, I can't do anything else.
I don't
know.
think so.
I've been to one strip club, so I haven't done much research. But
We're going to convince you one day that strip clubs are okay.
Yeah, I don't like the seediness of it, and I don't like that it. It's great that dudes can go and be gentlemen, but it's just not for me.
I mean, what if you worked at as a woman, if I was going to be a stripper, like I would want to work at a nice one, or in what is it, Reno, where brothels are legal, like, and they're all regulated, and there's a 401k, and hey, if you're going to do that, have at it.
Or
I don't
Amsterdam
think,
or something. Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can just be a thing and another job. And if you can do that and make a good living, then you should be able to. But none of that stuff bothers me because I don't know.
I guess it doesn't bother me, but I just like wouldn't go there. Like I wouldn't go to a zoo, because I'm like, why can't you just go to Madagascar if you want to see these things? Like why?
Madagascar, they will kill you, Justin.
Right. So
at the zoo, you're safe.
Yeah, but you don't need to see them then if they have to be locked up.
And like in a brothel, you're safe. The girls are always tested every day.
Yeah. If it's regulated, like if you're saying Reno or Vegas or somewhere like that, yeah. Like if there's like but if it's like here or something, like I can't guarantee that everybody's like not in some kind of downward spiral.
That's why I think all that kind of stuff should be legal, because then it can be regulated. And oh, poor Andy.
I think we need the song.
Yeah,
Justin,
I mean the ultimate question. The ultimate question is, would you want your daughter to do it? Like if she sat you down and said, "I'm thinking of stripping," would you be like, "Oh, great"? Would you think of all the good things? Like, "Oh, make sure you pick a good one." I think the dad would be thinking, "What the fuck did I do wrong?" Like most dads do.
Damn it! What am I gonna do on my weekends now? I fucking can't go there.
Which one are you going to? Yeah, I would even. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I wouldn't want my sisters to do that. It's the closest I can come to like thinking of like somebody I would think about if like I'd really had to look at it and be like somebody I know is involved in that. Like I'd be like,
I think that's where the stigma comes in. I mean, if the stigma wasn't there, then it's just a job. And if you have the figure and the whatever to make money, then kind of have at it. Why should you not?
Okay, question, Justin.
Oldest. What do they say? Oldest profession. Yeah,
it is the world's oldest profession.
So, getting back to what you were saying, if your daughter came to you and said that, so hypothetically, let's say, man met his wife at a strip club, and had a daughter, and she wants to be like her mother and become an exotic dancer. How you feeling then?
I would be the dad that met my wife in a strip club. I don't think I would have to worry about that.
We're playing hypotheticals.
But hypothetically, I'd have to be someone that would go to a strip club and marry a stripper from there to explain away why my daughter would want to join the family business, and it would have to be okay.
Right, and hypothetically, we're speaking.
No, I know what men get up to with women, and I wouldn't want my offspring to have to deal with any of that. So I'd want to keep her out of... I know it goes on, and like they deal with it night and day, no matter where they're at. But don't go into like the lion's den. I would try to like no.
So let me ask you this: if you had a daughter, would you be would you feel better if she came to you and said, I'm going to work at this strip club. It's a highly notarized strip club. You know, everything's clean about it. They take care of their people. There's nothing fishy going on. Would you rather her do that, or would you rather her go work at a seedy strip club and not tell you about it?
What the hell did I do wrong? I
You
would be having an existential crisis either way. I'm like, I know we weren't supposed to play catch, but you know.
Here's another one though. Would you rather her work at the super nice strip club that has security and a retirement plan, and the women there are pulling $60,000 to $70,000 a year, or she could take that
Some
job?
of them are making 100 plus.
Well, I'm saying, would you rather her take that job, or would you tell her no, go work at the other job she was offered, which was McDonald's, making minimum wage? No retirement, part-time hours, no health insurance.
And now daddy's got to pay bills for her too.
Yeah, well, if it came down to, I mean, my bottom line isn't why I would have reservations about it. That wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't be like, man, I wish I could afford, like, I can't afford for you not to be a stripper. I just don't think any dad would say that there's a number. But yeah, I mean, in a hypothetical situation, if she really wants to, and she's going to make a lot of money, and she's not going to have to turn tricks or have some, you know, disgusting audition with the guy that owns the place in any way, shape, or form, yeah, I would say whatever. But you know, luckily I don't have daughters, so I don't have to worry about it. But I myself, you'd have to drag me in there personally. But
And we are going to.
I think the thing that everybody's glossing
There's
over is,
there's eventually gonna be a strip club that comes to us and says, if you drag Justin in here, we'll let you have your show here.
why do so many people want to have boners in public? I don't understand. Like, I don't, you know.
Just don't get a boner in public.
Yeah, then why go to a strip club? What are you getting out of it?
Is
You're
that
like,
what
oh, nice tits. I'm not getting a boner from that, though.
you could just enjoy the entertainment? Do you have to get a boner to be entertained?
No, but I don't know what else you would get from that. Like, oh, she can dance. Like, I don't want to see anybody dance.
Do you get a boner watching a movie and a girl shows her tits?
No, but like it's happenstance in a movie, and it's like, well, usually it's well within reason of why it's happening. But I think you would go to a strip club because it's not really about the entertainment; it's about seeing girls naked, right?
Girl's basically getting fucked, and you're seeing her tits bounce in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the scene's long enough, and you think she's hot and stuff. But I mean, I don't think you watch like an R-rated movie like when you were 14. Like, Andy, Beach Blondes and the Slime Ball Bolorama. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Were you part of that? We watched something at a retreat. And it was Slime Ball Bolorama.
There was something.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of like 14-year-old kids from church like watching like that movie that comes on at like 1 on Cinemax. You know?
Yes.
But that's like what I think. It's like people that go to strip clubs are like a grown-up version of that, you know. But they didn't grow up in that way. So like, let's go see some titties, and it's just like, I'm not the let's go see some titties guy, you know.
What about a burlesque show?
Yeah, and I like drag stuff too. I like all that stuff. Like at least there's something to it with burlesque and even belly dance. Like there's something to it where it's like, you know, oh, I'm not just taking my clothes off, you know. Yeah, I definitely like burlesque. I would go see a burlesque show. That's.
What about a comedy burlesque show?
Yeah,
Tony, ever been to one of those?
I would hope it. Usually they're funny. So.
I mean, we went to one. I don't really remember any of it because both of us passed out sitting in the audience. So I guess it was kind of boring to us.
Oh, you passed out from boredom?
Yeah, it was terrible.
This was their Vegas trip.
Oh wow. Yeah, I would see
They were
burlesque.
nice.
Yeah. So Justin, you got some some other, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about today other than strip clubs?
Did I cover my balls touching the toilet water?
Yes, you did that.
Okay.
Are they
alright.
touching? You didn't say.
No.
Okay.
I like I said, I can feel like you know how you have the breeze coming off the water at night, you know? Kind of have
No,
that. Yeah. No,
I
not
don't
like
know.
you never been near the water and you're on the beach and you have the breeze coming off the water and like you could just
Not
feel
on my
the
balls.
temperature of the water. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you had balls and they were hanging low enough, you would have that sensation.
Do they sag like 4 or 5 inches though over age? Like I would like to know that. That
Especially in the
seems
summer.
like
I think they sag 4 or 5 inches extra in the summer. You know, your body temperature plays a lot to do with that. You know.
is that true? Other
Yeah.
two? Do your balls sag that much?
In the summer, yeah.
When they're well, it's just warmer, yeah. Like it's
Like-
like when you're cold too.
They're like-
a man never wants to show his junk when it's cold.
Right. I was in the pool.
Yeah. Expansion and contraction.
Does
so,
that hurt?
Sometimes,
hang?
sometimes you can sit on them. I've done that.
But it's not.
That
That's
sounds
not
terrible.
just your balls. I mean, that's your hot dog and shit too. It in the cold, you don't want to be showing that off, or you're in the pool or something. Yeah.
I don't think you want to show off a flaccid penis at all. I think, you want to be like, hey, this is all of me right here, baby. But I don't think you want to be like, hey, here's me after a cold shower, because everybody's gonna judge everybody.
For sure not.
But like, I can't stand by my flaccid penis like in any particular way, shape, or form. I'm not gonna be showing that to anybody and try to impress people.
So you're a grower, not a
So
shower?
wait, would you?
Of course.
Would you send a dick pic to somebody and expect, like, to a woman and expect that to impress her?
I've never sent an unsolicited dick pic. Unsolicited.
Unsolicited.
Yeah, usually you get something first, and it's like, let's see something, and it's like, all right.
And
but
then
I
you gotta
never-
chub
no,
up
no.
first. Do you have
There
to
are
chub
dudes
up
out-
first?
No. I have pictures like from before. There are some dudes though. Like as soon as they get your number, it's like you get home and it's like, here's my dick. Like.
And I don't understand why
Going back to the whole stripper thing.
anyone
like,
would do that.
the man's world is like just that's how it is for them constantly. Like lots of chicks, like that's girls just want to have fun. Like that's what that's all means. It's like, dude, don't fucking hit on me. Don't show me your dick. Did you call me? Swear to God, I'm
No,
hearing
I
things.
did not.
No.
I got a titty pic one time when I was in Vegas. Just walking down the strip, and I got a text, and there was just a pair of tits. I'm like, okay, cool.
What?
From
It was
Andy?
a text. Yeah, it was a text. Didn't know the number or nothing.
Oh wow.
That's
So I
funny.
responded, okay, cool.
He got drunk in Vegas, gave his phone number out to somebody.
No, it was me. I was by myself, so I was not drunk. So, I guess I don't know if they just like airdropped it or what, but I'm just like, yeah, it's just weird.
That's hilarious.
It's probably like a new way of like how they pass out the ads and all those places. Probably like a new way of doing ads. Like let's just airdrop everybody in this area.
I
And
have gotten.
somebody's like, where are these titties at?
I have gotten random titty pics.
Like Pokemon Go, but for boobs.
Yeah.
I have gotten
Somebody's gonna
random
wonder where
titty-
these titties are.
I got random
Did you?
titty pics, but they always come from friends. So I have some friends that are military or ex-military. There is this thing, and ladies ought to know this that are married or dating a man in the military.
They're gonna show
Okay.
everybody.
No, don't fucking cheat on them while they're deployed.
Oh.
Because if you do, your picture's going to everybody. They will send it to all their military friends, their friends, and then all their military friends are going to send it to all their friends, and everybody in the world is going to see your tits or whatever
you cheated
were
on your
doing. Yep.
soldier while he was.
Yep, there's a whole thing. You send it out, and it's make them famous.
Well, it's really easy. You don't get in a relationship with a soldier if you want to do anything more than talk about how you're with a soldier, you know?
And you really shouldn't take tit pics and send them out, even to a boyfriend, because you never know what's going to happen. And when that person could turn into a dirtbag and share your shit all over the place. It's just a bad idea.
What if you're in a relationship, live together, married, whatever?
If you live together married, they can see your tits in real life. You do not need
Yeah.
to send them pictures.
Well, we've all done it, and there's information that's been passed back and forth with people that aren't on the up and up. And let's just say if anybody has mine and they're trying to make me look bad by sharing them, I'm not worried. So, like,
That's right.
luckily,
Justin's not worried. He will do a naked show. He's already said he will.
well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know what they would make fun of me for. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, if you're not impressed by yourself, I'm trying to say nicely, like, or whatever, like, you feel like, I mean, compared to John Holmes, yeah, you're probably nothing, but if you're not substantial at all, I guess you should be worried. But anybody's gonna show dick pics, be like, yeah, like they're doing it to me, be like, go ahead and like put my name there, in case they need to know whose it is.
I feel like the majority of women wouldn't want to see them.
Yeah, I don't think they do
We don't
either.
like Google dicks to just look at them.
No.
It's
But
weird.
You do I mean, it's weird. I feel like you do sometimes, or part of you does, like if it's like a tit for tat, no pun intended. But yeah, like I don't do it like I don't do it randomly throughout a relationship. It's usually like in the beginning, like, check this out, you know. But yeah, once
And-
you have them and you're like with that person, it's like, yeah, I mean, and here's a picture of me, and like, okay, I've seen you, so like I've seen you upside down, like I don't need a picture of your fucking of you in a tank top, like so.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so yeah, it kind of it's like for people that like are dirty and like are probably showing it to other people and getting paid for it. You never know anymore with all these sites.
So what else you got there, Justin? We keep going back to the tits.
Back to school. Going back to school because last week in the email, somebody in the email said, I can't believe they're in school on Friday. I think that was Janelle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to do back to school before everybody's back to school. I still think we're around September here, but you guys, I saw on Facebook, you guys, kids are back, and other people have been back sooner. So I'm wondering how that went for you guys, being on the other side of it now, where you were excited to go get like the Trapper Keepers and shit, and the new duds, and now you're doing it for your kids. Like, how are you still excited for them? Are they excited in the same way you were? Were you not excited when back to school was coming?
It's a lot different now. I don't think the kids really. Yeah, we always had to go. There wasn't. There's not really Trapper Keepers and stuff anymore. Like.
That's sad.
So it was that, and it was you'd always put your folders in there, and so you had to pick out the different types of folders you wanted in the Trapper Keeper. Like mine were always baseball players, right? They always had them that looked like baseball cards or whatever.
Right, with
the
shirts
off. They don't
off.
have that kind of stuff anymore. It's like now they just send out a list and they go buy 3 folders and some pens, and it's like, well, here's a green one, a red one, and a blue one.
Dude, I had a Trapper Keeper. I don't even like cars, but I had a Trapper Keeper with like a Lamborghini on it. That was like my favorite one. And I was a horrible student, so like this stuff was all for naught. Like I wrote in each of the areas like one time for each class. Like when you're all excited in the beginning of the school, like I'm gonna make it work. And then like you realize like 3 months into school, you're like writing everything in the first section if you're writing anything. And like fucking social studies is just like chilling with nothing on it except day 1, September 9th, orientation. But I loved fucking Trapper Keepers. I'm sad to know that they're not around. So they're really not? You haven't seen them? Did you guys go back to school shopping?
There's really... Go ahead, Christina.
No, I think one of the things I think is different between my kids and me is they're boys. I am not. So when I was shopping, I wanted, like, Lisa Frank was big. Yeah. So all of those folders and Trapper Keepers and pens and shit and stickers, and my boys, they don't even go with. Like, I went and Chase is in 4th grade. I went and bought his stuff, and he's like, okay. Like, he didn't even look at it. He just took it to school. Like, if it's red or blue, he's fine. Brendan, who is in high school, said nothing. He's like, the day before school, he goes, you think you can buy me a notebook and maybe some folders? Okay. I mean, that's it. There's nothing. But they also do a lot on the Chromebooks. Like, there's not a lot of, like, we took notes. You copy off the blackboard, and you had those colored gel pens that were so annoying, and all of this.
Well, you remember we had books for everything too. So the big thing was, so you had some people whose parents knew how to cover you had to cover the books, right?
Paper bag
some people's
covers.
paper bag covers. Some parents did that, and then you would draw on them and whatever. And then of course, the companies figured that out. So they're like, well, let's make some book covers and start selling them. So you had different styled book covers and stuff. There is nothing anymore. Yeah, everything's all computerized, really. It does make it kind of sad.
And it's a workbook or worksheets that they copy, at least out here. They don't, well, the high school has some textbooks, but honestly, they're in such shit shape when they get them. It would be pointless to, I think Brendan's gotten ones that don't even have covers. Like, the whole front cover's gone. And Chase is just, it's all workbooks and worksheets, and then on the Chromebook websites.
Crazy. I didn't even think, like, and we witnessed like a lot of stuff in school. I think I did, at least, with went from chalkboards to dry erase boards, even the stuff that you would look through, like the teacher would like cast up on the screen, like what, the overhead projector or something it was.
You wrote on the paper.
Yeah.
I had that in college even.
And yeah. See, if you're old enough, like, you remember that thing was still a thing. I'm pretty sure they're not even doing that anymore. I'm sure there's still some like stalwart people that are like, they stick with that. But now, yeah, it's like, go to website this. I remember in college, like my 3rd try, like the teachers were like, here's my email, text me your paper. And I'm like, I just remember that being weird for the first time. And
I don't know if you guys had this, but we always had to get a new backpack every year.
Oh yeah, backpacks are the shit. I still like backpacks.
And then, of course,
backpack.
What's that?
We always liked the ones with the leather on the bottom, because then you could draw all over the bottom of it.
And then people would see it walking behind you, I guess, kind of. It was up high.
And of course, you had to let your straps down, so that there was only like an inch left of your straps coming out of the hooks or whatever. So basically, the backpack was down at your ass. You couldn't just wear it like a backpack,
Or you carried it just on one shoulder. If you were a girl, you carried
and then it went in front of you. It
Yeah.
went in front of you. There was the in front thing. Yeah.
Yeah, girls would wear it in the front or something, right?
But JanSport backpacks were the shit.
JanSport, yeah.
You had to have, and then like 1,000 keychains. Did you guys do the keychain thing?
No.
We did the keychains.
But I remember the pencil toppers when we were probably elementary school age was like troll dolls and shit, right?
Fucking troll doll things, yeah.
We weren't allowed to have them.
Yeah, they were outlawed on our thing too. I guess the teachers like got sick of seeing them. I don't know.
I went
Did
to
you guys ever make dart guns out of your pens?
No, but I know people who have. I was never that
Dart
adept.
Oh, where you flick the cap off?
No, you take the ink out, you take the end out, right? So you've got, and then what you do with the ink thing is you cut it down, right? You cut it down real short, and then you take a needle, and then you cut the hair off your troll doll. Okay, you cut the hair off your troll doll, and you take a needle, and you take the hair from the troll doll, and you glue it or you tape it real tight on the end of the needle. And then you put it inside the pen. And then you put the top back on and the ink back on. But anytime you wanted, you could take the ink out and the cap off, and you got a blow dart ready to go.
Damn.
That just shows that we didn't have the internet.
It just shows you didn't pay attention to math.
Yeah.
What'd you learn yesterday in math? What's X equal? What are they? Blow dart gun. Blow dart pen.
What about you, Tony? What did you? What was your stuff at school?
I mean, mine was kind of the same, with the Trapper Keepers back in the day, elementary. But yeah, high school was all about the backpacks and everything like that. So, and getting the new shoes every year. So, that was my thing, was the shoes.
Shoes.
Back then, I guess I was kind of like a sneakerhead. You always got to go out. I had to get the Shaqs. I got the Griffies one year, so never got the Kemps or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, that's what it was.
No
At least around
Jordans?
where No, I never got Jordans. I wasn't a Jordan guy.
Did you ever get the Dikembe Mutombos?
No.
I will tell you, you remember the pumps? Reebok pumps
Oh,
were
dude,
like that.
pumped it up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You never afford those. Did you ever have them?
I did. Never played
Did they do
basketball,
anything?
but I had the pumps.
Yeah.
See,
And I never
missed out.
you would pump it up. I didn't feel anything in my shoes, to be honest with you, when he pumped them up.
It feels like the shoe version of that thing you put your arm in that takes your pulse and shit. Like that's what it feels like it does, It doesn't get as bad as that fucking machine, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
missed out on all the clothes and shoes buying because from kindergarten through senior year of high school, I went to Catholic school, so I wore a uniform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. Like I would prefer that
I don't
now.
I preferred the Catholic girls' uniform too.
So in 1999, when Britney Spears came out with "Hit Me Baby One More Time" in that Catholic schoolgirls uniform gig, I was a junior and a junior senior, and my high school's uniform looked a little too similar for comfort to the one she wore in the video. So we would keep extra clothes in the trunk of our car and kind of like changed in the parking lot before we went to the mall or anything like that, because
Oh,
we got a little too much attention if we went out in our uniform.
yeah.
I mean,
couldn't do that.
did you tie your shirt up real nice and tight like she did?
We would have gotten in a lot of trouble if we did that. So no.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when like a 16-year-old wants to get fucked by like old men at the mall that'll make you feel uncomfortable. That was like a
Yeah.
whole movement for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there were some girls that loved it. They would run around everywhere in their uniform, but a lot of us were like, fuck, we're going to the mall. We are changing. We're not going out going out in this shit. Cause it was too much.
It had to be like a role reversal kind of at that point, because you would want to get into your own clothes to prove like, what you look like. And now it was like, if you wanted to like be sexy or something, you'd be like, I have to keep these on. That's got to be weird, right? Because I had a cousin that went to Catholic school, and he would always say like, you don't know what any of these girls look like because they're all like uniformed, and it's like they'd have to be like, they'd wait for like, what did you have? Did you have like
Dress
dances
down
where you
day.
can?
The
What's that?
dress down day.
Yeah.
And
Was
you
that
need to
like
go buy a new outfit for that dress down day, because there was like 2 days a year you got to wear your regular clothes.
Okay, it wasn't that often, yeah.
No.
So yeah, you had to wait till dress down day. I mean, the guys you can kind of tell, but like the girls, it was just like in that type of garb. It's like, what do they look like under there? Like they can't jazz it up themselves. And now you had to like, you had to you had to put your real clothes on so that you weren't like ogled. Like it had to be like.
But did you
weird.
ever take advantage of that Catholic girl school uniform or
Yes.
wear it for?
I mean, it was pre-social media. No one was recording me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had
It's probably
a boyfriend at the time that really liked when I showed up in it. So I would write myself a sick note out of school and hop on over to visit him. Wear your uniform when you get here. I would call him on the payphone at school, tell him I was on the way. That's how you could tell if a girl at school had an older boyfriend, if she was on the payphone.
Oh.
then pop over in the uniform.
Now, if you see a girl on a payphone, you know they have a really old boyfriend.
Or
Call
they're
on the
in
landline.
or they're in danger. Or they are in danger.
Yeah, they're in danger. Yeah, you gotta be concerned if you see girls in a phone booth. You should probably go up to them and bother them.
Yeah.
Say, I
Man,
wish
you
you
gotta
were
fuck
wearing Catholic
Pay
garb.
phones these days.
I still see payphones.
I saw one recently. I can't remember where I saw it though.
Pretty sure local call still says 50 cents on it. Nice to know you can make a local call for 50 cents.
I will say though, on wearing the last thing I'll say on wearing a uniform. When I was in grade school, I hated it. But even started in high school, I hated it. And we all did our makeup and our nails and all. By junior, senior year though, it was really nice because we never had to worry about what we were wearing. We were all going to be wearing the same thing. There was no stress. You threw on your shit, you threw your hair up, you went. And it was nice. And when I went to college, it was the first time I could go to class not in a uniform. And I think maybe the first week or two, like I dressed nice and then I went in my pajamas. So, I mean, it's not, girls don't always dress up for class. Sometimes they just roll out and, the less we have to think about it, the better.
Yeah, I like that because guys don't really try as a whole anyway, so why should we expect girls to be all decked out? Just go to Walmart. You see everybody in their like natural state, depending on what time you're there.
The natural habitat of the human.
Yeah, Walmart. Especially like on Sunday morning, like after everybody had a boozer the night before, and like the hair isn't washed, like the barrettes are in full effect. Barrettes in places you don't need barrettes, and you're just like, you probably looked so hot last night, But not today. No, you're picking out apples. Well, that's okay too, Makes me feel better about myself, knowing that I don't like really try when I go out anymore. My God, up until a couple of years ago, I was really like, what fucking t-shirt do I need today? And now it's like, I put on specific shirts for this. This is my tech pride. Andy, I can't fucking for the life of me find that shirt you sent me. I was gonna wear it.
Which one?
The Tyler Daniels one you made.
Oh.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna go grab a beer, but I'm gonna bring a surprise back when I come back. So
Okay.
keep talking about Trapper Keepers.
We'll talk amongst ourselves and not get too mad because the music will go away.
Don't be mad that I'm going to get a beer. Happy that I'm like drinking for a change. Be right back. But the whole reason why I have to go is because there's something across the room I wanted to show you. But unfortunately, the shirt wasn't kept with it, so I don't know where the fucking shirt went. Somebody probably broke in my house and stole that shirt because it's bitching. But one of these days, I'm gonna be showing up. I'll be wearing that one.
Does that happen to you often? Somebody breaks in your house and steals your shirts?
No, but there was an idea I had where I like wanted to make like a short film of like, it shows like this whole thing of like these two guys, at least two guys are like planning this caper, right? And like all the music's going on and everything, and it's all like real serious, like they're building up this big caper, and the whole time like they just go in there and like take one article of clothing out of one closet. Just like they leave without a trace, and it's just like they're not even around later to be like, honey, where's my houndstooth coat? Like not even anything specifically good, just like I swear there's like things I lost where like I swear to God there are cat burglars that just exist to fuck with people. They broke into my house and stole that one shirt, and that's it, So I think that would be fun. But I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Go get your beer.
And I'm gonna go get that other
We'll
stuff.
see if Tony has anything to say while you're getting
All right.
beer.
I won't hear it because I don't have the headphones in.
Tony, do you have any other interesting things about like your days in school, or excited to go back to school? Or I know, so let's talk about the year after you had the baby. Were you like excited to go back to school?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, so when I had him, I just started high school as a freshman. So yeah, going. I went to school, I think, for a couple days, and then Marcus was born, so then I was out for a couple days, calling, the friends on the phone after he was born. I had to wait till they got home from school to let them know. I actually had a buddy that he was staying the night with me when she went into labor, and he went to the hospital with me. So he hung out, in the waiting rooms and everything while she was giving birth, and I kept him updated and stuff like that. So, but yeah, going to school, showing everybody pictures. It was kind of weird, being what was it, 14 at the time? 14, 15? Yeah, 14. And yeah, just weird stuff like that, showing your teachers. And yeah, that's a little weird. Hey, look, hey, this is why I was out of school. Here's a picture of my baby. So.
That never
Getting
happened in a
signed
Catholic school, I'm sure, Christina.
Oh, no.
We had a pregnant girl walk on graduation. My class. There was a huge stink. They wanted her to, because there had been girls in the school who had babies, and now remember, I graduated high school in 2000, so we're talking 90s here. Once they got to a certain point, they had to go to the mom school. They were not allowed to be visibly pregnant in the school. So, and that had happened, not a ton, but to a few girls, it happened. There was a girl in my grade who would have had to go to the mom school, like April, May of senior year, right before we graduated in June. And they told her in summer months, there was no air conditioning in the school, we could wear polo shirts. Well, they told her since she was pregnant, she had to wear the Oxford collar shirt and a sweater or vest to try and hide her stomach more, and she was not allowed to discuss it with anybody. But it was a huge stink, and they wanted to send her to the pregnant mom school, and they did not want to let her walk because I think she was due in like July. But the students got behind her, and we wanted her to walk, and they ended up letting her walk. So we're happy about that. But yeah, they swept that under as much as possible.
All right, so Justin, what you got for us? We got Tech Pride shirt you were talking about.
Yeah.
And then you were supposed to bring back a beer and a present, and we saw the beer.
Yeah,
he's got a medal. He's
Look
got
at
a medal.
this. Cameras across the room. I apologize. You sent me this, Andy.
I did.
2020.
I did. That is a Tyler Daniels Racing medal that only certain participants got, and because you were a part of the broadcast team at that time, I think you got that. So,
iRock series. This is pretty cool. Like, did you design this or anything, or?
no,
I know.
that was a
Oh,
pre-thing. Pick it out and have it engraved. So,
it's cool. It's got a thing on the back. It says 2020. I can't believe 2020 is so long ago at this point. Jesus.
I know, right? You remember 2000 where we had to shut all our computers down at night and
Yeah.
for New Year's because everything was going to blow up. I think
That's
I
why I
was
wore
there
this
with
shirt.
I think I was sitting there with my now wife going, "Oh, it's 12:01, nothing blew up." But I'm pretty sure I was going at that time too. I was going, "Well, isn't it like 12? It wasn't 12 where I was yet, but I was like, isn't it like 12 o'clock in like Paris or Europe and like nothing's blown up. So like if the world's blowing up, which time zone was it gonna blow up in?
Blowing up Eastern Standard Time, of course, just like TV.
Well, apparently Eastern Standard Time is more like the standard time zone more than GMT is, right?
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what they considered that. I don't really remember that coming up. I just knew it wasn't going to happen because I have tech pride.
Tech Pride. So What is Tech Pride? Let's explain Tech Pride.
It's from my vocational school at Gloucester County Institute of Technology.
Okay.
What school did?
I
what
thought you
VOTech
went to
school did
Washington Township High School.
I did, but did you guys have VOTech in junior and senior years where they went half the day?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that was mine, the Gloucester County
Okay.
one.
And what did you study there? Not, ladies or what?
Of course. That's why I still don't know anything because I was too busy drawing in my Trapper Keeper to pay attention. Radio and TV.
At the VOTech, right? At the VOTech, were there actually like girls there too, or was this like mostly dudes?
No, girls. Yeah, I mean, I would say it's equal. I mean, so you would see girl. I made a lot of friends from other towns, which, is more interesting. I think when I think about who I still talk to, like I don't want to go to PJ Wellahan's and see everybody from fucking township. But, I'll go to, like, somewhere else and want to run into people from other towns. So, like, it was the same way when we got the VOTech. They're like, you guys from Pittman are pretty cool. Like, you guys heard of Pulp Fiction over there? Whereas, like, in your own stink pile.
So, junior and senior year, you weren't really there to watch Color Guard.
No. They made us go to one pep rally, and I went to one football game. It was just not my thing. Fucking school pride. I had tech pride. I didn't have school pride. No, but it was just like I didn't like buy into all that shit. I do want to spend like a whole episode on like the one fucking pep rally I had to sit through, and it was just the dumbest fucking thing I've ever been at. Like, not even just because it was in high school. Like, it was just even worse than that. I don't know. You guys probably are like, I was on the team, man. Pep rallies are the shit. But,
no,
some nerd like me.
Never, when I was in high school, never once went to... No, I guess that's a lie. The only game people went to... Now, I went to Cherry Hill. Okay? And the only game that people went to, football game, was the homecoming game, which was on Thanksgiving morning. And it was
Is that
Cherry
when the girls
Hill
ride
West.
around in the cars?
It was Cherry Hill West versus Cherry Hill East. So it was our crosstown rivalry game and the homecoming game. And to this day, they still play that game. I don't know if they still play it on Thanksgiving, but they play it around Thanksgiving. And anybody who's in the area that went to either one of those schools goes there, and it's like a reunion every year.
I bet. That's like PJ Wellahan's in Township. It's a reunion I don't want. Or it's Otts. The few times I've gone to Otts in the past couple of years, I see somebody I graduated with. I just saw somebody I graduated with at Walmart to bring that up again. And it was just like, it's weird, like, when you see somebody that's like 20 years older than you remember, and you're like, holy fuck, like, what do I look like to them?
Right.
You see that face, like when you have that face where you're just like, yeah, I'll try to act. All right, so the camera is like the person I went to high school with, right? And like I had that face like hit me, like the girl like in the line in front of me is like, she's like, yeah, okay, so like you're looking at everybody like just for a second, and then she's like, and we're both like, is it? Yeah, class of '98. Hey, what's up? Yeah, how you been? And then it's like, I have kids. I don't. Cool. This Crabtree is a bitch.
So have you been to a high school reunion?
Nope, not my thing.
We just had a big one. We just had a big one. I didn't go. I wasn't able to go. It was a couple years ago. I wanted to go, but wasn't able to. But yeah, that was a big one. That was what was it? 98. So that was.
Oh, we graduated the same year.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So the big
Somehow
one
you're older than me.
was 08. 18 was 20.
What's the next big one? What's 25? I'm bad at math.
That would have been
Next
year.
Damn. You got to go to that one.
No.
I got to go to that one. I got to see these caved-in ashtrays.
Yeah, well, for me, that now means traveling 700 miles to go to.
Yeah,
high
just
school
for that.
reunion, so,
Yeah. You got to.
I mean, I
gotta do
wanted to
something
go
else.
last one. I would have had to travel the last one too. I didn't do it.
My high school, for some reason, had a 15-year.
Okay,
I didn't go,
but not a 10.
no, they did a 15-year, and they set up a Facebook group, and it was like blah blah blah, and then somebody put in the group like at 20 years, like let's do 20, and nobody wanted to plan that, so 25 would be 25. 2025 would be 25 years, and
Oh, that's great. You can follow the number.
I know it's real easy, which is nice. But
Yeah.
if there's anybody from high school that I still want to talk to, I talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm really not interested. Like,
There's
fine.
people I talk to, thanks to Facebook, right? That I talk to, but I haven't been able to get together with. And I think that's the difference between me and you, is there are people I'd like to get together with, and if they're going, I'd like to go so we could get together. You know, we interact, we talk, but we haven't been able to get together. So I think that's a different. Would you not want to get together with these people you still talk to?
No. I don't want to get together with anybody though. Like I'm fine. I don't know. I would have to travel. I went to Holy Cross, which the Holy Cross that I went to doesn't even exist anymore. It's the Diocese of Trenton let the school go because it wasn't making money. So now it's a privately funded Holy Cross prep school. So it's not even the school I went to doesn't really even exist anymore. And I don't know, to have to travel to go hang I'm good. I'm fine. Like, if I wanted to hang out with somebody when I went out there, maybe I would. But
you, Tony, you going to reunions telling everybody how that your grandfather of the child that you had when you were in high school is now his own baby.
Yeah. Are they gonna like remember? Are you like a legend in that class? Like, oh, you know this? Like they go around. You know this dude is? He had a kid. Like when he was 12. Oh,
There's two of us, so yeah. I did go to my 10 year, so we didn't do a 20 because of everything that was going on. They were starting to plan it, but then everything blew up, so we didn't do a 20. So, I mean, yeah, I went to the 10 years, seen all the people I used to hang out with, and yeah, we all talked about the kids. So, because let's see, 96, so he was what, 14 around then, so.
They're all like, "Yo, is his high school reunion coming up soon?"
Pretty much.
One thing I've never understood is when people will say, "Oh, I wish I could go back to high school," or "I wish I could relive high school. It was so fun. I would love to do it again." That sounds terrible. Like, why would you want to go through that again? Like, you're so awkward and everyone's so annoying and
well, and
so
they're
what
usually
about
the same
somebody
people.
what about somebody who missed out on certain aspects of high school because of bad life choices, or
Even more so, why would they long for it?
I did.
Yeah, but you don't want to go back and recreate it. You didn't think it was a good time or a bad time you missed. I think the people that want to go back to high school are like, my glory days.
yeah, I played on the football team and now I'm an accountant.
But would you not, like, if somebody missed out on stuff because of bad choices, like didn't go to their own proms, didn't walk in graduation, whatever the case may be, and they regret it today, those people may would wish to be able to go back and complete those basically life events, right? Those are life events that everybody kind of has.
Walking and graduation, I can understand. Walking and graduation, I can understand, because regardless of how you felt about high school, it was still something that you accomplished. And it's kind of like, once you graduate high school, now you're an adult. or you can be tried as an adult. And some people went right into the working world and whatever. So walking and graduation, I can understand. Prom was a really big deal at the time. I think looking back on it, it was just expensive. But I feel that same way about weddings. So,
But what if you
um,
missed your own proms, and you didn't have a chance to go to your own proms? Would you feel
Because you're
different?
having a dumpster baby.
I don't know. It'd be hard to, like, since I had a prom and I went to two proms. Um, like, would I be a different person now if I hadn't gone? Probably
Well, not
not.
necessarily being a different person, but just never having that life
Yeah, I
experience.
know. It's hard to say. Like, did anything earth shatteringly? I mean, at my school's prom, I had a great time. It was super fun. Um, my date was awesome. We had a great after prom. You know that. But I guess having done it, it's really hard to say like would I regret not, because then I had a wedding, you know, which is like a big prom. Um, I don't know. That's I guess that depends. I don't know. That just kind of depends.
Tony,
And I
you
would
say,
I
Tony, you
would
said
probably
yeah because you did you miss out on certain things?
I missed out on one thing that I regret. I missed out on a state championship, 99 baseball state championship. I got asked to go with varsity, to go to sectionals, regionals, everything else, and I said no because I was going back to work because I had to pay child support, and I wasn't working much when I was playing baseball. I worked maybe one day a week, and I had to pay child support. So I was like, nope, I got to go back to work and do what I got to do. And they won the state championship, and I never got the ring. So
Oh man.
So there are some situations where people would like to go back and do different
Yeah,
things.
Tony's got a
Now
good
go
one.
back and relive the entire high school experience. I don't know about that, but some
I
of
think
those
that's
life
more-
events.
I can see that. I think I was more saying like the people who peaked in high school who were like, I wish I could go back and just relive all 4 years of high school again. Like that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
But,
like what? Yeah, you have to like take all of it or some of it.
Mhm. But it's hard for me to say because I didn't miss out on anything that I wanted to do, and I don't regret not doing anything that I didn't do. So
So let me ask you this: if somebody, due to since we talked about reunions here, if somebody, and we're talking about people missing out, if somebody was part of a class, but due to life choices didn't graduate with that class, maybe left school, whatever, are they entitled to go to their what would have been their class reunion?
I don't see why not. I mean, who's gatekeeping reunions? Like, first of all, that's stupid. I mean, if you would have been with that class, I don't see why you can't go to a reunion. And if someone's like, you can't be here because you didn't walk with us, then that person's an asshole. And that person peaked in high school. So
What do you think, Justin?
If I mean, it was like fucking 20 years ago. If this guy wants to go see friends just because he didn't walk, like, it's so high school. Like, let him go. You know. I was gonna say earlier, like the people that want to go back and relive when they peaked in high school always happen to be the ones that, like, if you're being childish to them in like an argument, they're gonna say, "Why are you being so high school?" But they're always the same ones that want to go back and go to high school. So it's like, it's just weird. Like, I always think of high school as like, why are you acting like you're in high school? Like, why is this all high school bullshit? You're at a job with like a lot of people that are being fucking petty, or like the first thing you say is like, this feels like high school. Like, that's exactly what I think of as high school. It's just like everybody's like, oh my god, everything's so bad. And I'm just like, I watched everybody around me, like, this doesn't mean anything. Like, stop it.
and
Like,
there were plenty of people that hated high school bullshit when they were in high school.
mm-hmm.
So
That,
why yeah.
that was me, as you can well probably figure. Yeah, like I said, I earlier said I didn't go senior year. I meant to say I didn't go to senior trip. when Mom's like, "You want me to pay a bunch of money for you to go senior trip?" I'm like, "Let me ask my 3 friends in high school." No, they're not going. So like, I'm not gonna go with like I let's talk about this. How many people were in your graduating class that you remember? Well, I mean, not that you remember, but like, how many do you think were?
I think it was like 125. Mine wasn't that big. 130, 125, 130.
Tony.
I think I was in the low 200s. So
See, Justin and I were very, very different from you guys.
Yeah, we know these. We both know these numbers are big for each of us.
Yeah.
What was
So,
yours?
Justin, what do you think yours was?
At least 630.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
had to been 600 or something like that too. Yeah. Easy.
So imagine like 627 people.
I mean,
I
you ever
didn't
go
hang out
back and like since I've left that school, they have built on to my high school, and it's almost like a very small college campus now. How large the school is.
Yeah, it's kind of getting big for its britches, huh?
Yeah,
Well, you know,
I mean, look at some of these schools. I look at, Tony's school or Christina's school or whatever, and I'm sure they weren't but a couple wings. I mean, we had wings and courtyards and extra buildings, and it was craziness. And campus police that took you back to school if you went to 7-Eleven during class.
How do
I
you
don't
know
know
that?
that. I don't know that from experience.
I have a friend that graduated from high school in Dallas, and her high school was one of 4 or 5 in Dallas, and
Damn.
all of them had over 1,000 kids
Jesus.
per class. Each high school had about 5,000 students, and there was 4 or 5 of them there. So the high school experience across the country, and then you've got like Medora, which is not far from where I am, and it's a super tiny town, and I think their graduating class had like 12. So I mean, the high school experience across the country is so varied. It's crazy.
Yeah,
How about the-
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, and of those 600, right, Justin, like, if you were to go to a reunion and all 600 showed up, how many of them would you actually know?
Yeah, I don't know because I've run into people that pinpointed the year as my year. You graduated with me, so probably not a lot. Yeah, a lot of people might, and how people know me is beyond me if I don't know them. Because
I'm the same way, and somebody could attest to this. I will go out somewhere, and somebody will be like, "Hey, Andy," we'll have a conversation.
Hey, you.
And I'll be like, and we'll leave, and as soon as we leave, someone will say, "Who was that?" I don't fucking know who the fuck it was.
Yeah. That's
You ever been in that situation, Christina?
Yes. Let me ask you a question. Were you different in high school than you are now?
Me?
Anybody? Did you have were you a certain kind of way in high school that is different than how you are now? Like I will admit it now, I was a super bitch. I was not nice. Borderline mean girl.
Okay.
I'd like to think I'm not like that anymore.
No, you're just the no fun police now.
But yeah, I was.
Makes sense why you went into the occupation you went into.
Especially my junior.
Tell everybody else you can't have any fucking fun.
Maybe she's okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I know you were saying something. I'm just saying maybe you seem like more of the fun police because you have that as a job and you're so used to it,
I guess. I don't know. I feel like especially my junior senior year, I think back of some of the things I said or whatever, and I'm like, you were a fucking bitch. Why didn't anybody talk to you?
I mean, I don't think I'm much different. I did dumb shit. Like, I don't do the dumb shit I did, but I don't think, as far as a person goes, I was always, you know, helpful to kind of the lower people. You know, if someone's picking on somebody lower, me and my buddies are backing them up, and you know, we didn't stand for that kind of shit. Our school really policed itself really well. At least my class did really well in that aspect. That if some jackass wanted to be a bully to, you know, some kid, like, we didn't fucking stand for that. Because if you want to bully him, there's 10 of us that are going to bully you. Like, you know, I don't think I'm a much different person as far as the way I treat people these days.
That is one thing I didn't do. I played chess with the kids in study hall. I tried to play D&D. They got real mad at me because I don't know the rules. But I didn't bully.
I mean, shit, I hung out with Justin.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was church, you know. You're grasping at straws there.
Oh, come on now.
Like,
I had been over your house. You came to my house. You know.
Did you come to my house?
I've been to your house like once or twice, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Tony,
right.
what about?
No, I was pretty much the same as I am now. You know, I hung out with everybody. I was friends with, you know, all the cliques, I guess you would say. So, I mean, I had people
you still are trying to impregnate everybody?
No.
Ew.
No.
It makes it sound so terrible.
It does.
That sounds very racist.
But
It is.
unfortunately, I think that's true, because didn't you go to the spank bank?
We've already talked about this one 3 times.
Maybe it's people's first episodes. They don't want to go back and listen to them all, and they're like, they don't even have.
I didn't get
Chapter
paid for it, so
Yeah. You
Yeah,
definitely
you're
have-
even trying to you're paying to impregnate people now.
Yeah.
no.
Have you been successful yet?
No,
No?
we're not really trying now because of the wedding. So
Get back to
Oh.
whacking.
you know, maybe after the wedding. So we'll see.
Are we done talking about high school?
This shit's so high school, man. Shit's so high school.
I guess. Where are we going now, Justin? I mean, if we're leaving high school.
I think we're gonna talk about some creepy shit.
Oh, fuck.
And we could talk about this
Christina
more.
Hyde, you're going to have nightmares. I do love that he actually has the music this time, because I would tell you, without having the music, I was really fucking pissed off.
Yeah, because we had Brad doing it, and it sucked.
Yeah, and it was boring as fuck. Oh, by the way, I did miss in Janelle's email, before we move on to Justin's next favorite topic. We had the dad jokes that I hated last week were apparently a fucking hit.
What?
Because even in Janelle's email said the dad jokes were great.
What dad jokes did you hate? I thought they were good.
I don't know what constitutes dad jokes other than like
Being
what
corny as
differentiates it.
I got one.
Okay, so corny jokes have now been reappropriated as dad jokes. I'm lost.
Here's
Yeah.
a dad joke. What do you call a can opener that doesn't work? A can't opener.
I was gonna say my can opener.
Or what's Forrest Gump's computer password?
Run,
One Forrest.
one Forrest one. Yeah, see, those are just like bad jokes. Like what's
Not
like?
bad though. They're great.
But I'm saying
that's
like
called
like
that's
they're.
a dad joke now.
But why is it a dad joke Like what? Like because dad comes downstairs, he's like, "Hey, funky cats, I got a joke for you and your friends." Like I don't know where it comes from. Like, and is every dad nerdy? So my dad's fucking hilarious, and he'll kick your ass if you don't laugh. So like, like it's like seems like every dad, like for that to make sense, like every dad's
All
got to
right,
be
that's
like,
it. That is a challenge that's been laid down. I'm coming to Justin's house. His dad's telling jokes, and I will not laugh and see if he can kick my ass.
well, my whole thing is it just seems like every dad in this dad joke thing has to be like the stepdad in Liar Liar.
They're just
like,
corny, dumb jokes.
there are
is what
dads
they're-
that aren't like the stepdad in Liar Liar. I'm just saying.
I got
But
another joke.
that's what they're calling dad jokes. Is corny, dumb jokes.
Yeah, no, I don't accept it. It's just called corny jokes. It's
No,
like
I have
we
another
don't
joke. One more.
we don't need
One-
generation whatever the fuck it is, millennial to rename things that already have names. It's called bad jokes.
Here is my favorite joke of all time.
Yeah.
What's green and has wheels? Grass, and I lied about the wheels.
That joke just makes me mad.
That's my favorite joke. That is my favorite. My
that's
older
good.
sister made it up.
I mean, the oldest dad joke ever is what's red and white and red all, or black and white and
Black
red
and
all
white.
over.
Newspaper
Yeah.
A zebra with a sunburn.
or that, yeah, you
What?
could do the miss, you could do the miss
Zebra with a sunburn.
all right, so this falls into the category. What do you call a fish with no eye?
A fish.
Fish. Yeah.
I love that joke.
Yeah, that's
What do you
good.
call a snowman in the desert?
Melted
A puddle.
puddle. Okay.
I got
What's
lots.
what's
Okay.
white and flies up?
I don't know.
A confused snowflake.
What's brown and sticky?
A stick.
A stick.
A stick.
You stole my damn joke.
I keep hitting this thing. It makes like cacophonous noise.
So
I
we're
had
gonna have
one,
to do
but
a
I
dad
just
joke
forgot it.
challenge. We're gonna one of these episodes. We're gonna have to do a dad joke challenge where we tell our best dad jokes, and you can't laugh.
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
I should be okay. But can we not call it dad jokes because it's not dad jokes? I don't know what generation named this dad jokes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is
Hey,
like-
Mister. I hate everything, and especially renamed shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take
We're
that.
calling
I'll
it
take that
dad
mantle.
jokes.
It's just bad jokes. It's corny jokes. What happened to corny? Like,
They're the
Like-
best jokes ever.
Corny's
though.
out. Dad's corny.
I'll take dad bod. That was okay. But I think like there was this whole dad movement that happened, and that's just to imply that everybody that's ever fathered or sired a child is like the fucking stepdad from Liar Liar, and I do not accept it.
Well, that's because, like, if you look at dad and the picture in the dictionary, you see a picture of Tony.
But only when Tony is wearing
It,
socks.
it
with
goes.
purple stuff.
I mean, hell, he sired a child back when they wrote the dictionary.
Who says sired?
I just did, and I like that Andy used it too.
Okay, creepy stuff. Let's go on to creepy stuff.
Creepy stuff. Siring children at 14.
Creepy.
She's pregnant. Is that Halloween? I play that all the time, and I'm not up on my horror
I
movies.
think that is Halloween. Yes.
Okay. So that's interesting. You know who did that song, right?
No.
The same fucking guy who directed the movie. So he's like, yeah, I got a song for my own movie. And until he died, he would go on tour with a band, and he would play fucking music, and then one of those would be the sweet.
And who is that for those of us who don't know who that is?
Carpenter. John Carpenter? Something Carpenter. He did The Thing, which is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Have you guys seen The Thing? Not The Thing, the remake, but The Thing, the original one with Kurt Russell.
No.
Nope.
No.
I don't
John
watch.
Carpenter. You gotta watch it. Watch The Thing, trust me. The stuff they did in that movie back when it came out, like 78, with like practical effects. Now they have all CGI blood and everything, which I don't like, but yeah, it's really
The
good. The
Exorcist
Thing.
scarred me for life. I
The
cannot
what?
watch The Exorcist.
the thing's not that bad because it's
I
not like
can't watch scary movies.
based in reality.
So what
But
what
yeah.
kind of creepy shit do you want to talk about there, Justin?
I want to know because you guys are in a different area. Like, I really want to know about like regional monsters and regional folklore. I know you don't spend that much time on it, but I just wanted to talk about it because I think my mom and my sister saw a chupacabra a couple weeks ago. I have to take their word for it that they saw some animal they had never seen before. And if you guys out there don't know what a chupacabra is, we could talk about it. I'm sure you guys
That's
have all heard of
about the
one.
only one people talk about in Indiana, I think. Am I
Okay.
wrong, Tony?
Cabra in Indiana.
Yeah.
I thought that was more of a southern thing, you know, like the
Southwest.
Texas area.
What do we have
Yeah,
in
it sounds
Indiana?
Mexican, right?
I don't even know. I'm not been here long enough.
We have the old guy that drives a lawnmower because his kids took his car keys. That's
you
what
got
we.
you got a straight story, David Lynch movie. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that a real thing?
Like, but we're talking like folklore type shit, or like what people think are real. Where are we at here?
Any and all. I could tell you that I definitely don't believe Bigfoot, but enough people talk about it that that's
Do you
called
think
Sasquatch.
the Jersey Devil is real since we're from Jersey?
There are some compelling stories about some things people saw in Gloucester City, of course, where I play, and I mentioned earlier. There's a story. Apparently, the Jersey Devil, as it were, if we're to believe the people back in 1903, I think he went on a tirade between between Gloucester City and Camden. So there was like occurrences on the same night of like weird things. Like cops even fucking shot at it. It's reported as like.
So is it still
like,
alive, or did it die and rot in the woods somewhere?
The Pine Barrens.
Yeah, the Pine Barrens is where it apparently came from. It was the 13th child of somebody, and it's always, there's always some bullshit like that bothers me about like the 13th one, and you know about 13 guys, right? Like that's not just. Like, I don't think 13 is like an unlucky number. Like I just think like 13 has to happen, and I think it's definitely unlucky if you have 13 kids, no matter what. But
Definitely.
Yeah.
Anything over 5 is unlucky with kids. I feel like.
you just have a very unlucky way of looking at life if you want 13 kids around. Let's get honey. I got pregnant again.
That's
Fuck,
true.
that's unlucky. 13, Jesus Christ. Fucking 10 was unlucky though. But yeah, they say that the Jersey Devil was a deformed child that was,
Mhm.
I don't think deformed children lie, but I think like the realness of that is like based on that, and then there were sightings of like some weird thing. But you have to think like people back in 1903, like how dumb were they? Or if that's not the nicest way of saying it, but like, like what were those people like that they talked to like how like what had they seen every animal by that point?
Well, I think they were a lot less skeptical than we are today. I mean, today
Right.
you could be like, the sky is blue. Be like, is it really?
Yeah, I mean you have flat earthers.
I don't know. So I think there's that. I also think that with so many sightings of the Jersey Devil in particular over so many years, some creepy's there.
So
I don't
there's so
deny
many people that but come on, there's 100 million people that say the Earth is flat. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I was just saying flat earthers. Yeah,
And
I mean once
and
you get
then,
that far,
like let's also dig into the Jersey Devil for a second, okay? If the Jersey Devil was a thing, is there some sort of magical border? This thing flies. Is there some sort of magical border around New Jersey that keeps
Definitely
it in
not.
New Jersey?
I think because he's from the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, they call him that. I'm pretty sure he's traveled to PA.
Yeah, because
He might get tired.
There's no magical nothing in Jersey.
No, he wouldn't want to stay. He wouldn't want to stay
3 Mile
here.
Island, but
Yeah, he could go multiple places. I think there's creepy shit out there. I think some of this stuff has to be real. I mean, I just choose not to go near it and hope that it never bothers me.
I'll be honest.
Well, you don't want to be in the
only
woods at
shit
night.
we haven't seen. The only shit we haven't seen is because the ocean is so deep and we can only go so far. There is shit in the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, they're still finding shit like in the
Okay,
bottom
but
of like the
why
Mariana
can't-
Trench and stuff that you can't.
Why can we go
What was that?
to space as far as we can, which has to be further away than the bottom of the ocean? Like,
Because there's different pressures, and we're not smart enough to figure that the fuck out.
Yep.
but you think we would be?
We don't care enough.
I think-
Space is a lot more appealing, I feel like, than going to the bottom of the ocean. Like, there's more. It's more of a headline.
I'm gonna be honest, and this may be the unpopular opinion out there, and you guys can let me know if I'm dead wrong here, but I am not of the belief that there's anything weird. There's no ghosts, there's no goblins, there's no Bermuda Triangle, there's no whatever. Like, there's shit that you see sometimes that triggers your brain to think something bigger because you've maybe not seen it before. But like, there's no fucking haunted houses.
Right. I think of like the LSD and the trips that people have. Like, you don't buy like microdots that like say this one's gonna show you clowns. Like, I think you take it and it enacts something in your brain that's already there.
Yeah.
So, but by what Andy's saying, you're kind of like, your brain you're that you think you're in control of your brain, like most cases, most times, but you're really not. And when you get scared or like you're like, I'm in the dark. I remember being scared in the dark. Like, you think like, there's like a meme where it's like it showed like a monster in like shadow, and then it's like my room at nighttime, and then it showed the monster, and it's like my room at daytime, and it was like a t-shirt like hanging up. It's like,
and you nailed it, right? Like, you're not in control, and we have proof of this in the modern day on social media. We have proof of this. Is the dress blue or black, right, or whatever? And then you have the TikToks or the Reels or whatever that continuously say the same word, but whatever you're reading at that moment is what you're hearing. You're not in control. So if you're in a, I don't know, anxious position, like you're a little scared, it's dark, whatever, something strange happens, automatically your brain's going to trigger. There's a ghost, you see shit that maybe not be there. Hell, you can read, and I do it every week on these emails. If you guys don't know, like I said, I decided to read Brad's email at the end of his email and tell you where the punctuations are. But like, I read the emails and know where punctuation should be and take those pauses or whatever. That's my brain doing that. There is no shit out there. Nobody has to go to bed looking in their closets. Nobody has to go to bed looking under the bed. Like,
I feel attacked. I'm just gonna throw that. I feel very attacked right now.
and she's probably looking in the closets because she knows you're in there.
I'm just, and that might be the unpopular opinion. And if I'm wrong, email us, backtalkus@gmail.com, and let me know I'm wrong, because I don't think I am.
What about aliens, Andy? What about aliens? Come on, you can't throw ghosts and aliens.
I want to hear about what you guys think about
aliens in the same boat.
No, supernatural shit, right? Like,
right. Stuff that you like Harry Potter shit. Like, no, that's not real. Like, there's no fucking cryptids. There's no, my brother-in-law once said, and like, it stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, I'm never gonna bring up Sasquatch as a real thing anymore. He said, "Where are all the fucking bones?"
Right? There's got to be one
like,
dead somewhere.
Corpse, like,
right?
You can hide until you're
after all
dead.
these years, you're telling me a hunter hasn't shot and killed one? Like, come on. Like,
are they smart enough that they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I gotta make sure they can't find my body.
Yeah. Loch Ness Monster could be a thing, right? Because
the thing's eventually gonna
even if it was spawning, it was spawning stuff, the bones are at the bottom of the lake, right?
Yeah, it would float at some point, right? You know,
Not
like
necessarily.
what?
I said not necessarily.
No. Let's go over how So wait, okay. So fish die in the ocean. I guess they don't all float up, do they? Depending on if they're like under the.
What if some? What if
How
something?
does that work? Do humans float because we don't breathe underwater? Like, do dead
Depends
fish
how
just
bloated we
sink?
get. It depends how bloated we get, or what we're wearing at the time.
Dead fish.
Well, right after
come to the
Thanksgiving,
top.
I'm particularly bloated. But
You never had a dead goldfish?
no, I never had goldfish, but I've seen dead goldfish. What do? They float to the top, or?
They do float.
But that's because like the amount of water is only so much. Like I think when you start having when you start having the pressure of the water and the fish can live down there, you know, like they fall to the ground like we do, because that's like their natural habitat. Like we don't float when we die. We don't float up into the fucking. So why would they? I don't know. That's morbid enough to get into.
There's just no fucking supernatural shit out there. I'm sorry. If you want to talk about aliens, like, I don't think we've explored enough. Have they come and visited us and they're at Area 51? I don't fucking think so.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So you're totally anti the supernatural. And here's an unpopular opinion. A lot of things that are talked about in religion, Christianity in particular, could be seen as supernatural. Angels, your soul's going to heaven, if you're Catholic, your soul's going to purgatory, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, if you happen to be a religious person and you believe that everyone has a soul that goes to heaven or hell, you know, what's to say that soul couldn't be just kind of chilling out there because they didn't get to where they were going? I mean, and if the subject of a ghost is so, you know, out there and completely unreasonable, but angels are real, you know, and I personally, I think there's something to things. I don't know what it is, because I make a conscious effort to not mess with that kind of stuff, because I think if you get yourself involved in the occult and things like that, and you don't know what you're doing, bad things will happen to you. So I choose to just, you know,
Yeah, that's a good philosophy.
You keep your thing, and I'm just gonna stay over here, and you know, I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't understand. But you know, for someone who is an atheist or of a different religion or whatever, there are some things that, you know, Christians believe in that could be seen as supernatural or crazy or cannibalism or whatever. So kind of, where do you draw that
Christians
line?
are eating people? Holy fuck.
Well, you are eating Jesus every Sunday if you're made to believe that the communion is
That's symbolic.
Not
no,
the
there are
Catholics
people that think that's Jesus's blood and body.
The Catholics believe it turns into the body and blood, and I really do not want to get into a discussion about religion, because that's not.
Yeah, we're not going. The one thing we decided when we were when we did this podcast, there's a couple things we decided we are not touching on, and that is religion, politics, and orientation. We're not going there, so don't worry, guys.
Some things are like some things, like some comments come and go, but like we're not gonna like delve into it, you know. It's
well, the reason I brought it up is like, where do you draw that line? Like, where is the line between like silly supernatural and legitimate religious belief?
I don't know. I don't want to get into that discussion.
Well, I would think just at the outset, like the simplest thing you say is, I would think that ghosts would be not favorable to a lot of particularly strong-willed believers. I would think that ghosts don't really enter into what they all believe in.
Why?
You
The
know?
closest we've gotten to a religious conversation
somewhere.
here, Justin, is we went to fucking church camp and fucking blew it away on stage. So
yeah, and Captive Free was so jealous of us. They're like, oh man,
they kicked us off stage.
No. I'm gonna say that only because ghosts like don't seem like a lot of religious people would talk about them as existent because they are usually reserved to the idea that you go somewhere. I don't necessarily believe in that idea, but I think if I did, I would be less inclined to believe that there are some people that are in limbo, and that would be
So
ghosts.
are you telling me I'm wrong? You think there's ghosts and shit?
No, I don't. I don't have any proof that there are. You think there would be with all these cameras. I guess they don't show up on cameras. They have like shows devoted to finding them, and the best they can come up with is like a spirit box going, "Hey, did you hear
Okay,
that?
but
It said
here's the
burlap."
thing. If you were a ghost, all right, let's talk about if you were a ghost.
How do we know we're not right now, by the way?
Okay.
How do we know we're not?
There is that too. How do we know that we're not at the end of the Men in Black and we're just in some alien's little snow globe or marbles or whatever it was? Anyway,
Right.
so say you're a ghost, all right, and you're chilling in this house that is like you've been there for a while, everything's fine, people live there, they're not bothering you, you're not bothering them, everything's cool. All
like
of a sudden, this fucking film crew comes in, and they're like, Jebediah, and your name's like Mark or something, and they're like, Jebediah, we want to talk to you. Are you gonna talk to them?
I was like, I died last week. My name's Justin.
Seriously, are you gonna talk to them though? Like, just because some dude with a flashlight is yelling and has his Ouija board out, no, you're not gonna fucking talk to them. Why would go? Oh, someone's calling me. I must answer. No.
I always like when they go one further and like, oh, this ghost is snarky. She's fucking with us, and it's like, what the fuck?
I
Like,
hope
you're gonna die.
Bothering the hell out of her.
You're gonna die.
We've heard it.
You're gonna troll people.
We've heard a lot from me and Christina and Justin, but we haven't heard Tony, who's over there just bopping his head. So, Tony, what's your take on this whole ghost thing?
Well, so talk about the last thing that Christina just talked about. If you're a ghost and somebody comes in with a film crew, or you got to talk to them. It's Andy. Yeah, he's going to because he's going to be an asshole to him. Plain and simple. It doesn't matter. Andy's going to say whatever he wants. My name.
Fuck you, film crew.
I mean, it's I don't understand. People have all these different beliefs. You believe in ghosts, whatever. People have seen them supposedly. Nothing's ever been on film. But, just like those shows that we talked about, you have the speaker box, but now they have these cameras where it looks like a little stick figure. That's the ghost, and he magically disappears. It's just, I don't know.
It's crazy that these like spirit boxes are like, they like the ghosts are like, oh my god, they finally fucking figured out how we can communicate with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, here we go.
Okay.
All right, ready?
So here's another take on this anti-ghost thing. All right, for somebody who used to dabble, and I would say I would not say anywhere near a professional. I would say a hobbyist at best, right? In magic. All right, I was a hobbyist in magic. I was able to do a lot of tricks. Tony was there filming me at different times when we were doing this stuff. But there's a lot of stuff you could do. I've got a whole damn DVD on how to create a seance. Okay? Like, there is a lot of this comes down to brain trickery, like we talked about, right? And when I was doing magic, it's just, when you think about magic, it's doing something that your brain doesn't expect to happen. And like, I could take a little wooden guy in that palm of my hand, just place a little wooden guy in the palm of my hand, and just by looking at him and going like this, make him stand up. But there'd be no strings attached, because he would stand up. I'd throw my hand over here. You do whatever you want with my hand. He's just standing up. Is that spirits working? But you play it off as it's spirits working.
Well, Uri Geller is a real popular one. And if you want to watch him be debunked on YouTube all day, which I have watched, it's just fucking parlor tricks. you know, and it's cool, you know. I consider playing music like a parlor trick, you know. It's like something to entertain people.
I mean, I was never a professional. I was just a hobbyist, right? But I went out and I made films and I entertained people while I was doing it. But I was never at the level of any type of professional. But I understand the psychology.
Yeah.
And by understanding that psychology, when you see different things, and this results, when you understand that psychology, that results to a lot of understanding on a lot of different things too, right? Like that goes to shows that you're watching, and you'd be like, well, yeah, well, this is how that's done. Or, you know, just go into a magic show and try and be entertained like I was last holiday season. I went to a Christmas party. Actually, I went with Christina to her Christmas party at her work, and they had a magician. And they were amazed by this one trick.
It was
Right?
a comedian magician, and Andy was the fun time ruiner at the table.
They're like,
He was
how'd you
telling
do it?
everybody
How'd they
fun.
do it? How'd they do it? So I told them.
And we
I'm
were
a
all like,
hobbyist magician.
"Stop."
Right?
You sound like exactly like that scene that he's talking about his cousin Vinny.
Like, it's just, so all this ghost manipulation and all that you see on TV shows, they're putting it in your brain for one, okay? Because I'll be the first one to tell you, even before the TV shows, you had the books when I was a kid, right? You had the scary stories not to tell in the dark or whatever.
I got
books,
those.
right? And
You want to see them?
I
got
can
'em.
tell you how many times I stood in the mirror and said Bloody Mary 2 times.
Yeah. You fucking
2 times.
stupid ass. Why would you do that?
I would never say it the 3rd time because this book had it in my head. Now any day I'll go into any mirror now and say it 3 times.
Don't do that by me. Fuck no.
Yeah, don't do that in her house. She doesn't want
So-
that chi or chew or juju or whatever it is.
But that's
She's-
just that's just my take. It's all, yeah, like you said, parlor tricks, especially now, right? Like every time you go to a seance or whatever, hell, there was Ouija boards. I played with Ouija boards when I was, you know, young 20s, early or late teens, whatever. You know, you'd be hanging out with a girl you like, and you just put and it's like, should she hook up with me? And like, you're not trying to move it, but it somehow goes to yes. Like,
Did you ever move a Ouija board? Did you move a Ouija board?
I don't know that I know that I subconsciously did, yes.
I don't know. You hear of ghosts and witchcraft and all that kind of stuff throughout history. And could there
Justin,
be
do
magic?
you remember the Ouija board story that Pastor Klecky told us?
No.
Oh, that's a good
No.
story.
Was it like? You have to tell it. You have to
So
tell it.
I don't know
remember
that I can do it
Was it a
justice.
sermon or something?
I don't know that I can do it justice, but I'll do the best. So apparently he was in college, okay, and he was explaining to us why we don't mess with this stuff, right? And this is a Lutheran minister, so he's obviously telling us that it's controlled by the devil. It's not controlled by spirits or whatever. He's telling us it's controlled by the devil.
Right. 'cause
So-
the devil's got time for that.
Yeah. So he said he was in college and they used a Ouija board. And
Did he
they
go to
were
like some
doing
seminary
stuff
college?
and answered questions, and then he gets to one and it's like, who is this? And they say, who is this or something. I think it comes up Lucifer. Okay? And then they say, well, how do we know? And it comes up outside. Right? And it's like, okay, they say like outside where, and it's like, it says like by whatever house. And they're like, what are you wearing? All black. And he said when he left that night after playing with the Ouija board, he walked by that house and there was a guy dressed in all black.
Do you believe that?
Probably not.
It's pastor telling us.
No, I think he believes it. I think he believes it.
Well,
I
there
think
could
it
there
was planted in his brain.
maybe he subconsciously saw a guy. Where was he playing this at? Do you remember?
At
Someplace he
college
frequents.
somewhere.
Okay, so maybe he subconsciously made that happen because he didn't remember, or maybe he did, like that there was the guy dressed in black outside that specific house. You know, like maybe he was catching a smoke every certain part of the night, or you know, it was another student that always dressed in black. Maybe he went to school with Johnny Cash, and you went
Or
to
maybe
school
it was
right
late at night and he thought the guy was dressed in black.
Yeah, maybe he was black. It's like, ooh.
Or maybe it has nothing to do with the devil and you just don't fuck with Ouija boards because you don't know what's going to happen.
I'm with you on that one, Christina. I'm with you.
Ouija
Where
boards,
I don't fuck with it.
So wait, so Ouija boards are put out by a gaming company.
Milton Bradley.
You guys are scared of them?
Well, it's actually funny. There was a Ouija movie that had trouble calling it Ouija because Milton Bradley was requesting so much money to use it because it's like a brand name, you know. There are many versions of that board, but only one can be called Ouija or Ouija, whatever.
It's a seance.
A Ouija.
Yeah.
If
Seance
you are
board.
trying to contact the spirit realm or whatever you're trying to do, and it's just a bad idea.
Yeah,
but
I don't
you do
fuck
that
with it.
same
Need that
shit in a seance. You do that same shit in a seance with a magician, and you think it's doing something too.
But if you're a magician, you are controlling the environment, and it is fake from the get-go.
And you've
If you are-
practiced it.
Yeah, if you are stupid teenagers,
Well, isn't that the same thing with a?
It's like the
with a
difference between me.
psychic? The psychics are controlling the environment the entire time.
What's up with psychics anyway? Do we have enough time to go into that? I mean, what the fuck is going on there?
like, this could be real or not. I don't know.
No, I'm not confused by that. No, they're full of shit. I was thinking of the people that hypnotize people. What the fuck is going on there? Is that real?
I don't know.
Tony and I tried to find out, but we weren't allowed to go there, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Well, tell that story. What do you mean? Who didn't let you go? God?
Go ahead, Tony. I'll let you. Haven't said much. Go ahead.
No, you just keep rolling. I'm gonna hear your side.
Yeah, I gotta hear about
Tony
that.
and I, when we were Vegas virgins, I guess, right? Decided we joined a group where we were supposed to be in go to different things, do different things while we were there, right? Which was cool. We did a lot of the stuff that they kind of laid out for us, right? And one of them was go to the free drink bar where we got shots.
Yeah.
But one of they ran a contest. They had tickets for a psychic show in Vegas. And Tony and I forget which one of us won. Was it me or you?
I won.
Okay. Tony won the tickets. Well, then the guy reaches out and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. We can't get tickets to that show." Why'd you run a contest to something you didn't already have tickets for?
Yep.
For one. But then, so that's how Tony and I ended up at the comedy burlesque show that we fell asleep at. Because they gave us tickets to that instead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's crazy. It ties back to that story. Huh.
Yeah. So
it's cool. It's a nice full circle kind of thing.
Yeah.
You see how good this podcast is?
This is actually a really good one. I hope everybody's enjoying it and staying with us. I think getting ready to wrap it up, but I think Justin had something else he wanted to touch on today.
Yeah, these nips.
These nips. I love them.
Yeah,
Show 'em.
fucking pumpkin spice, man. Fucking pumpkin spice. I used to be a pumpkiner, man. I used to really be a proponent of the pumpkin. And it's just coming out more and more, earlier and earlier, and it's this whole fucking thing that everybody's got to sign on to and be happy about. And not to be a Debbie Downer, not to be somebody who hates everything. And like I said, I'm a recovering lover of the pumpkin thing, but I'm kind of over it. What do you guys think? Nice quick thing to end on.
So you're no longer a pumpkiner? Is that what I'm getting at?
Right. I like pumpkins. I like going to pick out one at a particular time of year when it makes sense
So
to
is this
go
a
get
pumpkin spice thing, or
Yes,
just
pumpkin spice
in
thing. Not talking about pumpkins. Not talking about pumpkins. They don't grow out of season by accident. That's all cool. But you can control when the pumpkin artificial flavor bullshit comes in, and I think it's a little too early. I'm seeing fucking Halloween versions of Reese's peanut butter cups already. All right,
That's fine. That's fine.
that's fine. You're
Already
down with
bought
that? Okay, cool.
Reese's peanut butter cups, decorations, yes. Pumpkin spice, no, you can't have that when it's hot.
Right,
It's
exactly.
too fucking hot.
No,
Right.
it's got to get to that chill, crisp fall air where you're putting on a hoodie, in
Post
the
Labor Day.
evening.
Definitely hoodie.
You're
Post
putting on a
Labor Day.
hoodie in the evening, and you want a nice warm beverage. Pumpkin spice is perfect for that.
Right. You don't want
You
pumpkin
can-
or cinnamon when it's hot out.
Do you drink pumpkin spice?
Oh yeah,
I do. Yeah.
I will absolutely.
I
We
will.
don't get it
I'll
out
wait a
here
couple
because
months, but-
I don't have a fucking Wawa anymore.
What about you, Tony? Do you drink
Got a
pumpkin
Dunkin', right?
What? What?
You got a Dunkin', right? They got good pumpkin spice there.
Starbucks
Nope.
was
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to Starbucks because I can't pay $7 for a small cup of coffee.
healthy.
But,
Nice.
What's
What?
that?
I'm asking Tony a question. Y'all, you're yapping. Do you drink pumpkin spice, Tony?
No, I don't drink any kind
Sounds
of
like a stripper,
coffee,
man.
anything like that. So no pumpkin spice. So, but I would
Oh.
agree that it's too early for that crap to be coming out. So
All right,
How
so
do you get
Tony,
going in the morning?
Tony, okay. You work at Home Depot. Is Halloween set up yet?
not yet. Probably a couple weeks.
Ah, wow. Well, they got the candy at Walmart already. It's
I
set
happen
up in
to
a way.
love Halloween, so it's
You want
really
it.
Yeah,
And
but
I love-
pumpkin spice. I mean, like a nice, cool, crisp. You got the hoodie on. You want to still be outside. It's yeah. I'll take it.
I like
But
the
that
Andy.
was
sit on
when
my
I had a
back
Wawa to get pumpkin spice. I don't have a Wawa. I don't have a Dunkin'. Like,
I'll send you some.
There's
dude.
one in Bloomington.
There's one in what?
I
There's
don't
one
like
in Bloomington.
spice.
there's a what in Bloomington?
A Dunkin'.
There's one in Columbus too, and there.
Yeah. There's two in
I don't like-
Columbus. But there's none in my town where I'm going to be sitting outside on a crisp evening in a hoodie to go
Nobody
down the
fucking
street and get a
lives here,
pumpkin
Andy.
spice.
There's 12 people in this town.
Yeah, that's tough. There's
Nobody's here.
12,000 in this town, so we have.
But is it
3,000.
too early?
You want one?
Yes. Yes.
It is.
Because I'll tell you
McDonald's
what, like, all
I
right,
don't
so
think so.
here's a good one. Here's a good one, right? If it was available to me, and I guess it could be maybe on the way. I don't know. I'm a season ticket holder to the Colts, Indianapolis Colts football. Okay, if it's an October Saturday where it's a little bit chilly, maybe 70s, 60s, I toss the hoodie on and I grab a pumpkin spice on my way driving to the game. And I'm drinking that while I'm setting up the tailgate and stuff like that. Perfect. August? Fuck you, pumpkin
Okay,
spice.
I have a serious question about pumpkin spice though. Because pumpkin spice lattes are one thing. You've got pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread. When is pumpkin spice too much? Pumpkin spice cocktails, pumpkin spice beer, pumpkin spice,
But I'm
When-
back to
M&Ms.
that on a fall
Not-
evening, or if I'm going to a football game and it's just a little chilly, I'll take a pumpkin beer, like a Sam Adams pumpkin. Yeah, I see Justin shaking his head yes on that one, right? Like a
Yeah,
Sam
pumpkin
Adams
beer.
Oktoberfest.
Pump King is pretty good too if you get your hands on that one.
All
Pump
right.
King, orange, of course. It's got like a jack-o'-lantern on it. That's one I've had. Shock Top has a pretty good one if you like the Shock Top. You gotta put it in a glass though, and you gotta do that whole fucking stupid thing, but it's fun and it tastes
What
really good.
stupid thing? I'm confused on the stupid
gotta-
thing.
You gotta turn the glass over and make sure you get cinnamon on the brim. So when you're drinking the pumpkin spice,
beer?
you're getting cinnamon. No, yeah, beer glass.
Oh.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
Oh, I've never heard of this thing.
yeah,
No.
yeah. You put your
Hey,
beer in a
we're
glass.
Midwestern or Hicks. I just told you I had Colts season tickets. We are Hicks out here, okay?
Yeah, you don't want to get caught doing this. But if you want to visit here, you go to a bar. They're gonna be like, they're gonna bring you a glass. They're gonna give you a paper towel. They're gonna put they're gonna sprinkle the cinnamon down. They're gonna give you a cinnamon brim, and you're gonna drink that beer with the taste of cinnamon coming off the brim, and it's gonna be oh so nice.
Oh,
But as long as you're wearing a
pumpkin
hoodie.
beer is
Yeah.
an abomination.
You have to be wearing a hoodie. If you're not, if it's too warm to not wear a hoodie, you're not fucking drinking that shit.
Christina,
You
saying
should
it's an
never
abomination?
drink it though. It's gross.
I don't know. Pumpkin spice beer. Some of them are
What,
good.
pumpkin beer?
No,
Oh,
absolutely
it's
not.
fantastic shit. I
Cinnamon
love it.
on the rim. Jesus fuck. No. No,
Yeah,
not doing it.
you don't have to.
I love a pumpkin beer. I love a pumpkin beer. It's a really
I'm gonna
good
hang out
beer.
with my ghosts over here.
Oh wait a
and
minute.
that
You're
shit.
drinking wine out of coffee cups. So
Fuck
you know.
yeah.
I'm
You're
not
not a
even sure.
connoisseur.
We've had one of the longest podcasts we've ever had, and she's probably still drinking the same bottle. So
I've been done.
Let's see it.
I've
Let's
been
see it.
done.
Oh, good. That's why she's done. Yeah, is that the
I've been
cupcake one, or did you have two?
No, I just had one.
Henny, did you finish both yours? Are you on 3?
both mine.
Yeah. Are you on like 4 or 5? Let's see how we did.
These are empties.
Holy fuck. All right.
Okay, I do have a serious question for you guys. Was I better than Brad?
This is the new one,
Yes, I'll answer that first.
and
Was I
it's
back?
still
You're a better president too. Yeah.
I
impending
don't wanna-
doom.
You don't want to be president. No.
Did you pick the end of the world and impending doom because I was gonna be on this podcast?
Correct.
I don't know. Hey everybody, guess our relationship.
I love it. I love the dynamic.
So
You know.
since
Yeah.
we're getting ready to wrap this one up, I will throw that one out there. Christina is my wife. Thank you for coming on and filling in for Dustin tonight. You did a phenomenal job. Hell of a lot better than Boring Brad.
Good.
Boring Brad. Oh my God, it's those little books.
He
Yeah,
sucks.
his name
he's
keeps changing. His name keeps changing. He was
what-
cocked. Now
What
he's
would
just
his
Boring
garbage pail
Brad.
kid name be?
He's now just
They were a
Boring
garbage pail
Brad.
kid.
But,
Burping Brad,
yeah,
his garbage pail kid.
It's, I think we killed the pumpkin spice thing. So, yeah,
it was a good thing to
Christina,
end on.
thank you. Phenomenal job today. Thank you for filling in. We appreciate you. Hope we'll have Dustin back here shortly. If not, I've got an awesome guest lined up for next week as well. But let's go
We talk
around
about
the
cryptids
table.
again.
About who?
Cryptids? Is that somebody that wants to talk about cryptids again?
Yes.
What's cryptids?
Cryptids. It's like the catch-all name for like what we were talking about, like the
When
the
I
ghosts
wasn't here.
and stuff?
the creatures, you know, cryptids, or you know, it's a
Oh, I
catch-all
thought
name.
it was like Bitcoin and shit.
It's crypto. It's crypto.
That's cryptos.
Okay.
No, I hear that's what cryptids pay with shit with.
Well, you know what? It's a tough economy.
Yeah, the cryptids all use crypto.
I gotta do it again.
We're gonna go around the horn real fast. Thanks everybody for staying with us. I know it's been a long one, but it's been a lot of fun. Tony, what you got for us? Last words, buddy.
Thank you for joining us on the show. Make sure you tune in next week when me and Andy do a seance right there live. Me and Andy.
I know it's not my turn, but no, absolutely not.
Bad juju.
No.
Let's see if we can
You don't
bring some
need it.
ghost to life.
Might be nothing happening out of it, but you don't want it. You don't need it.
Absolutely fucking
in case.
not.
Tony,
Come on,
the only
Christine.
thing is,
Like
the only thing with that, Tony, is we can absolutely do it, and I will absolutely host it. However, we tend, for those of you who are not in the know, we record this thing on Mondays at about 5:30 in the evening. It's not dark yet. And right now it is, in fact, 8:22 and still not dark. It'd be really hard to have a seance if it's not dark.
Also, be really hard to have it in my house because fuck a bunch of that. Y'all can find a graveyard somewhere.
It just has to be dark. As long as it's dark, we can do all the seance we want.
And go to Tony's house. Go to Tony's
Well,
house.
no, because you have to hide the magic somehow.
Not fucking here.
All right, no fun, Christina. Thank you for ruining everything.
You're welcome.
What else you got? Last words, Tony.
No, guys. Hey, we appreciate you guys still checking us out. You know, keep those emails coming. You know, any suggestions you got for topics, please hit us up. You know, we're always open to suggestions. So that's all I got. Till next time.
We got a cool suggestion. Did come in through email a couple weeks ago. I'm going to bring it up here in the next week or so. Really cool topic. I like it. But we've had some good stuff we wanted to roll through. So, but look for that coming up. Whoever emailed that. Justin, last words, buddy.
If you're graduating this year and you're not sure what you're doing, consider a trade. It might be better than college for you. I wish somebody told me that instead of fucking around with college and flirting with that shit and getting turned down. But other than that, off a serious note, cryptids, hopefully we'll talk about again because I love that shit. And thank you, Christina, for being such a lovely guest and less boring than Brad. Burping Brad, if he gets to have his own Garbage Pail Kids thing. They need to bring Garbage Pail Kids back if they haven't already done that. If you're watching this in time and it's Tuesday before 7 and you can get to Gloucester City Proprietors Park, you can probably see me play a half-hour set before two really good musicians who are way more popular than anybody I've ever played with before. I'm excited. So thank you. Thanks for watching.
And
thanks for downloading, especially download this episode. If you watched it, thank you so much, but make sure you go somewhere where it's available for download because that helps us out a lot. And
head over to Apple, Spotify, whatever you can get podcasts on. Hit that download, hit that follow. That really helps us out big time. And before we finish up with Justin, Christina, pick a number between Justin.
1 and 42.
37.
37? Isn't that from Clerks? 37?
Yeah! Thank you so
Is that why you picked that? Oh my god.
37?
37?
37 dicks.
Dicks?
Yes. Thank you, Justin.
It's like, try not to suck any dick on the way to the parking lot. Hey, get back here.
Fuck yeah, that's great.
I love that. I love that quick scene where the guy's like, try not to suck any dick on the way to the parking lot. You see the guy.
Yes, I love that.
Starts walking. Hey, get back here. Love it. They're doing a third one. Can you believe that?
Ew, gross, really?
I know.
Did you see Clerks 2? It was fine.
I did. It was fine. I don't need a third one though.
Third
and
no.
I think they're doing some meta bullshit where they're like, you should make a movie about how we work here.
I still am not supposed to be
here. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, yeah, The Matrix just did that. The Matrix just was like, let's pretend you're making a movie about The Matrix or something. And like now Clerks 3 is like, let's make a movie about how weird it is to work here. I'm like, are they fucking out of ideas? Like, come on.
Absolutely not.
All right, so episode 37 of It's Thursday will be up. There's only one episode up every once in a while when we mention it on the show, so enjoy that. I'll have that up by the time you're watching this. It's on It's Thursday. What's that? What's that?
Episode 37 of what?
It's Thursday. You can find it on YouTube.
Oh!
You're already there. Christina, you saw me do It's Thursday Live during COVID.
I have the t-shirt.
But yeah, but the shirt, the show precedes that. As
Yes.
stuff I was producing in a basement in Gloucester City, where I always am apparently. So 37 episode will be up, and you can see that it's Thursday's show if you type it into the bar in YouTube, which you're probably already at watching. And thanks Andy for reminding me.
Yeah, buddy. Just make sure you get me that link so I can get it to everybody.
I will. I was good last time too.
Yes.
So
did I put it in the description?
I don't know. I did notice it one time. Maybe it was last time, but we didn't mention it last week, so we took a week off from It's Thursday. So, go check out episode 37. I'm not sure which one it is,
subscribe to It's Thursday. In case Justin decides one day he's going to put up a new episode, you'll be able to know about that.
Yeah,
finally,
and I will put up a new episode regardless of if we pick the number here. So look for that.
And we will go to our fabulous fill-in tonight. It was much better than Brad, not boring, but maybe not that much fun. Christina, final thoughts, final words.
This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. If you can ever request songs from Justin, have him do Gin Blossoms.
Oh.
And if you're watching on YouTube, let me know. I put highlighter on for this particular thing. I don't usually does it look okay?
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, more than I have.
But no, this was super fun. And if they ever need me again, I'd be happy to come back.
All right.
Fantastic. Awesome. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in today. We appreciate all you as always. And don't forget, email us. Christina as the guest. How do they email us?
BACCTalk@gmail.com.
No.
Damn it.
No,
So-
not at all. Not at all.
She got it. Yeah, she got it.
BACCTalkus@gmail.com.
That is correct. BACCTalkus@gmail.com, which is back, BACC Talk US @gmail.com. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Let us know what you think about ghosts and stuff like that. Back to school. Anything we talked about today. I had a hell of a lot of fun today. This was a great episode. I can't wait till the next one. Till then, tits up.
Balls.